Okay, I think we're live. What's up, everyone? Welcome on in, everyone, to a special episode here on the podcast where we have a bunch of guests you may not know. So we're here to do one thing, and one thing only today, and that's to discuss the SNES, one of my favorite systems and a lot of people's favorite systems. And discuss soda. No, we're not going to discuss soda. So if you guys are watching, we are live currently on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. So welcome in, everybody. I want to thank everyone for being here nice and early. And we're going to get started very quickly today. Okay. And I'm going to allow the wonderful people to introduce themselves. As I mentioned, you may know some of the guests from previous episodes. So please welcome everyone to the show. We have Fumbles, Saturnine, Galvris, Kamikaze, and Sebi G13. So guys, first, thank you for participating and agreeing to do this. And I'm going to start with Kamikaze first because Kamikaze was the person who contacted me and presented this to me as a discussion to let's find out what is the ultimate top 10 SNES games. So I'm going to allow Kamikaze to introduce himself first, and then we'll go around and get some quick little introductions. So Kama, first, thank you for bringing this up to my attention. Thank you for participating in this. Please, if you don't mind, just letting everybody know who you are, as you're someone who is hasn't been on the show. So yeah, just let people know who you are, dude.
What is up, y'all? I am Kamikaze, the Johnny Cage of wrestling, and I have been a huge video game enthusiast collector for I'd say going on I'd say almost 20 years, right? Been playing games ever since I was 4 years old, and I'm very happy to be a guest on your show. And this is definitely something that I think that you can kind of make. I think you could make a series out of, not just with the SNES, but then we can kind of like talk about other consoles as well. So again,
Absolutely.
Mikey,
Oh,
thank
thank
you so
you.
much for having me on, dude.
Oh yeah, man. Thank you. Thank you. Fumbles, welcome back to the show, dude. You were on episode 2 of Retro and Real.
Yep.
So one of the highest viewed shows, believe it or not. So please please reintroduce yourself to the people who are watching.
First, my name is Fumbles Retro Hunter. Originally, I was called Rat Bastard, but yep. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come back. Thank you, Kamikaze, for the idea. It's pretty cool. And even though the NES is not my favorite console, I still have some bangers I would like to talk about.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And of course, guys, how can we forget my first episode of Retro and Real, where we talked about Zelda, and Zelda, right? So please, please welcome back Saturnine to the show. For those, please Saturnine, if you don't mind reintroducing yourself to the viewers.
I'm Saturnine, Saturnine Gaming. I have been gaming pretty much my entire life. So around 30 years, I have been gaming, and for about 20 years, I've been a collector. I love all things Kirby and Zelda, as he said. And the Super Nintendo is one of my absolute favorite consoles of all time. So I'm really excited to be a part of this.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And also joining us for the first time, Tebi G13. Maybe we should change the name here because Tebi G13. We might hear a special. So, guys, please welcome Sebi G13. All right,
Hi,
Sebi
guys.
G, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, for those who don't know me, I'm Sebi G13. I've been gaming since, just like everyone else, since we were like 4 or 5 years old. Started streaming back on Mixer. Entered the speedrun game for retro gamings. Since then, I met Mikey on Mixer. So we go way back. He's the one that got me into speedrunning. I don't know if you ever knew that. But I also hold the world record for Super Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. So I got that going for me. So until then, guys, yeah. So
Didn't know
have
that.
fun, guys.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. And of course, my partner in crime, usually Monday to Friday, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Fucking this guy over here, Galvez. Guys, you go ahead, introduce yourself, Mr. Mega Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the freaking Mega Man, the biggest nerd you'll ever fucking meet, literally, is right here.
I want that hat. All I'm saying. I want it. I love Mega Man, dude. So
So everybody who had bets that Galvez would be the first one with the foul language, you guys win the prize. You guys win the prize. So
They were the Deadpool.
So, guys, again, we are live on TikTok, Twitch, and Kick and YouTube. It's Mikey Loves Retro on all the platforms. If you guys want to jump in on Kick or Twitch or YouTube, feel free to do so. Okay, the links, just look up Mikey Loves Retro. So, a couple of ground rules that we've discussed. I'm going to let the audience know what we are here to do. Obviously, is to talk about the Super Nintendo. So, I didn't get a chance to introduce myself, so let me introduce myself for those that don't know. My name is Mikey Loves Retro, formerly known as Santaro TV, and Mikey Mama Luke. I've been a content creator for over a decade, streaming on Twitch, streamed on Kick. I did a little bit of Mixer. That's where obviously I met Sebby G. I do a little bit of speed runs. I've been playing video games since 5 years old. I've owned most consoles before the from the Atari and up, and Super Nintendo does happen to be my favorite console as well. So I think this is going to be an amazing discussion. The way it's going to work is we're going to write down, or if you guys already have your top 10 video game SNES games, all right, we're going to go in in order. Everybody will pick a game on their list, and then if everybody has it on their list, there's really nothing to debate. We're just going to, or discuss, we're just going to add that to the ultimate top 10 list. Now, of course, if 4 or more have that on their list as well, we'll add it to the ultimate top 10 list. But if the other 2 people want to make an argument for it for not being on the ultimate top 10 list, they can do so. Anything that is that 3 of us have and the other 3 may not have, anything less than 4, okay, we'll put that in the game discussion list. Anything that if only 1 person or 2 people, let's say, have it on their list, then we can agree to eliminate it. Is that are we agreement, guys? We discussed that earlier. Is that fair assessment? Now, of course, we don't know how long this is going to go today. So if you need to use the restroom or, that, just feel free to do so. It's going to be.
I'll let you my Powerade bottle first.
Yeah, you got to get your Powerade, Gatorade, this and that. Also, chat. Okay, I am going to be keeping an eye on. I am going to be keeping an eye on chat. Okay, and I will look at chat to see what they think. So what they think, and I will bring that to your guys' attention because they will be participating possibly in the discussion as well. So they might have some feedback as well. So I think that'd be interesting to see what chat thinks. So, okay. And also it's going to be NTSE only games. So guys, for those that are watching, that means only American games released on the Super Nintendo only. Okay, and not a reproduction, not a fan made. It has to be a licensed game on the Super Nintendo only. Okay, so we're gonna get this started, and we're gonna go in what's in order here, the way I have it on my screen. So I will pick a game, and if it's on everybody's lists, okay, we'll put it on the ultimate top 10 SNES list. So in no particular order, I have my top 10. Does everybody have their top 10 written down or ready to go?
Yep. Ready to go.
I got mine in my head.
Mine.
You got yours as well? Galvez, you're good?
Yep.
We're good.
All right. So I'll get it started with the first game, Super Mario World.
Got it.
On it.
Don't got it.
On it.
It's
On it.
actually not on my list.
It's not on my list neither.
Wait. How many is that? So we got
4.
four. We have four people?
Yep.
Yeah.
4.
Wow. Okay, interesting. So Super Mario World. Okay, Super Mario World. I'm going to put it on the ultimate list here with an asterisk because four people mentioned it. So if anybody wants to make an argument that it doesn't belong on the list, we can definitely discuss it. You know, just to keep the game, the flow on here. Okay, the flow on here. You know, we'll continue on. Fumbles. Pick a game on your list.
So one game I'm gonna pick on my list is well, let me do this one. Time Tracks.
I don't have that on my list at all.
I don't have
I
that.
don't have it on mine.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
based on a
I
TV
never
ta-
played it.
Huh?
It's based on a TV show that came out in the mid '90s.
I remember the show. I just don't remember the game.
Yeah.
So nobody has that on their list?
No, sadly.
So
I was
sorry,
about to
that
find out.
gets eliminated. I'm sorry, pal. That
Hey,
gets
I'm just-
eliminated.
I'm writing that down right now because I am going to try that out tonight.
It's
Yes,
a good
please
game.
feel free. That's the whole point. Like we may not never heard of that. Chat, have you guys heard of Time? I never heard that. Please send that to me.
Yeah.
I honestly, you know, we could go back and look at the show because the
Yeah,
show,
I'll
you know,
check
the
it out, too.
VODs.
Why not?
Yeah, it's a great platformer game. It's actually like one of those hidden gems, and especially it follows the story of the show. So if you ever watch the show, it follows the storyline, and it's like the mechanics is really good. I actually enjoyed it.
All right, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check that out. Saturnine, it's your turn. What do you not? What game are you putting on your list?
So I'm going to start off with Kirby Superstar.
I don't have that on my list.
I don't have that on my
Not
unfortunately.
on mine.
I don't have that
Not
one
on
on
mine.
my list neither.
I almost
I
added
do
it to my list, but
It's on my list.
It's on your list, Galvis, and it's on
Yeah.
your list.
It was a
Everybody
tough
else
one.
know?
Not mine. Not mine.
No.
Not mine.
That-
Not
Not
mine.
mine.
Oh, sorry, that's getting eliminated. I almost put that.
You guys
I'll be
let me
fair.
down.
I'll be fair. I love Kirby. I love Kirby, and it almost made my list. So that would have been a hot button discussion, but it did not make my list. I'm sorry. That's only two people. So guys, I guess Kirby's out. I'm sorry. Sebi G, what do you got, pal?
let's see. In no particular order. I mean, we're gonna knock this one pretty early. Link to the Past.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not on my list.
Not,
All right, Bubbles, you leave. Get out, sir.
get out.
Not
Get
on my
out.
list.
Just leave it now. Just
Everybody
leave
knows.
it. Hold on.
Everybody knows I'm coming in here biased. Like,
Yeah, I know you're biased, but not you don't have that. Okay, so that was 5 people, right? 5 out of the 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
5 out of 6.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think there's a
I
debate.
love that
That's got to get on the list. That's on the list. All right. So A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is on the list. Kamikaze, you want to pick a game, pal?
I got to go with the recently found one, and it's still a big hitter. Super Castlevania 4.
Hell
Yes,
yeah!
that is on my list.
Ooh, not mine.
not mine.
Not
either.
mine.
What?
3 out of
Not
3.
mine.
So
Okay,
that's a
okay,
game that
all right.
3 out of
once.
3, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so wait.
No. I want to hear counter arguments first before I want to hear counter arguments before I start going into why.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear this too.
So we're going to discuss this now, or before, you know, or I mean, I'm going to put it on the game discussion. I mean, we could. I definitely wanted to. You know, I'm shocked that only 3 of us picked that, but yeah, we you know, that's going to put on the game discussion CV4. So that's going on the CV4. That's 3 people on here. Oh my God! Just to keep things flowing, I want to hear what Galvis picks.
You know, I'm gonna knock this one out immediately. All of you know what I'm going to say. Mega Man X.
Not on my list, pal.
Got it.
I'm sorry.
Got it.
It's actually on my list.
Wait,
It's on my
hold
list too.
Yeah,
Wait.
it's on my list, Steve.
All
It's
right,
on my
I'm
list.
taking.
Hold on. How many people have it on their list?
I have one.
I'm tied with that and Mega Man 7. So it's on my list, but it's tied with 7.
Okay, so wait, so that's another. So 3 people.
I'll give it a yes.
So wait, is it 3 people?
It looks like 3.
I'll go yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Mega Man X. Galvis, I'm sorry, that also almost made my list. It almost made my list. Okay.
I want to hear counter arguments on this.
Yes,
one.
we got
All
council.
right,
So we have
all right,
counter
let's just keep
arguments.
going with
Yeah,
games. Let's
I'm,
keep going
I'm
with games.
taking your same stage on this one, comma.
So we have CV4 and Mega Man X for a game discussion. Which wow, I this is going to get interesting. All right, so
Mikey, your turn.
next game. What the fuck not? Super Metroid.
That is on
Yeah,
my
Please
I'd
list.
have
tell
to
me
put it-
everybody has
I'd have
that.
to. I
No,
have to
not
put
on my
that up
list.
there.
It's not
I'm
on
not
my
a fan
list.
of it, but it's definitely top 10.
I'm
So
not on my
wait.
list.
It's on
My
my
list, your list, Saturnine, Galvez, that's 4.
Not mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not on
Yep,
your list,
no.
Sebi?
Well, it's because I grew up never playing it.
Okay,
it's hard
so
to
he
put
never
on a
played it,
list.
and it's not on
Same.
Common's list. It's not on Fumble's list. Fumble, did you play the Super Nintendo? I'm just curious. Did you play the fucking Super? But so far,
Sega all
none of these
day.
are on your
Sega-
list.
Sega Genesis all day, but I did play some. I dabbled with Super Nintendo, but
I bet
Sega
if,
Genesis all day.
I bet if Super Metroid is on the Sega Genesis, it would be on his top 10.
Oh, 100%.
I agree.
I agree.
All right, okay.
100%.
Okay, so as of right now, where it stands, just so everybody's aware who's watching, okay. So Super Mario World, okay, had four people say that it's on their list. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past had 5 people say it's on their list. So we don't even have to discuss that. Super Metroid had 4. Okay, on the list. So the ultimate top 10 list right now, we have 3 games: Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, and Super Metroid. The game for discussion with three votes each is Castlevania 4 and Mega Man X. Okay, Fumbles, what is your next game?
So I'm gonna go more mainstream. It's gonna be Contra 3,
Oh
Alien
yes.
Wars.
Oh
I don't
yes.
have it.
Oh, I do. Oh, dude,
Ah,
I have so many good memories with Contra 3.
yes. This
So
is
wait a
on
second.
my
I gotta
game.
know. Saturnine? No.
No.
Really?
And Galvez? No.
Y'all don't
So-
like Contra? How y'all
so
don't
just
I
chill.
like
Contra?
it,
Listen,
but it's not in my
listen.
top 10.
Listen, it's not on my top 10. That almost made the list as well. I'm gonna be honest. There's so many good games. See, the problem with the Super Nintendo is we could have done a 15 list. We could have easily done a 15 list because there's so many
Yeah.
strong titles. I love
don't know about
Contra.
that, but
Everybody
okay.
knows Contra, but unfortunately, Contra 3, I even own the game. I love the game. I think it's way better than Hard Corps, in my opinion. Okay, again, this is my opinion, but unfortunately, that does not make the ultimate top 10 list for now. That game
Ah,
has been eliminated. I'm sorry.
so I'm too
All right,
busy.
please play the I'm sorry, guys. Saturnine, what do you got?
Okay, so I'm going with one of my absolute favorite games ever of all time, and that is going to be Final Fantasy 3.
Yes,
I got it.
It's top 10. Even though
Top
I'm not
10.
a Final Fantasy guy, it's top 10. It has to be.
No.
Yeah.
What?
It has to
Nope.
be.
Wait.
So 4, yeah.
What?
We
That's
got 4.
4? That is
That's
4,
4.
Yeah,
right?
we're 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yep.
So that's going on there. That's going on there.
In my opinion, it's the best Final Fantasy.
Because I know what Sebi G has on his, and it's not going up there, Sebi. I don't care. It's not going up there. I know what he's gonna pick.
No, I substituted RPG for Final Fantasy 3.
Okay. Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow.
Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So that was definitely 4 people. That was definitely 4 people.
4 people.
So asterisk on that. I just want to make sure because that was definitely 4. Wow. So this is interesting. Sebi, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna take a classic, Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
No.
Oh, we got
No.
All right, buddy.
Sorry.
I love Donkey Kong Country. Well,
Dang it.
One.
let me rephrase. I like Donkey Kong, but I'm not a big Donkey Kong Country fan. Actually, me and Saturnine were discussing if Sebi, you were going to put DKC or DK2. And I
was
do
good.
agree,
So-
DK2 is better than
2 was on
the
mine as
original.
well.
Yeah, so DK1 is great game, boss fight, terrible.
Okay.
DK2 is good all around.
So
Yep.
we only have 2 games for discussion so far. A lot of games have been eliminated. The 4 games that are on so far, if everybody's watching, just to keep up to speed, we have Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and Final Fantasy 3 are currently on the ultimate top list. The only game that it has been more than 4 people so far is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. We have not as far as so far. If you guys are keeping score, so far we haven't had a unanimous game
No.
that we all have agreed on. Wow, this is super interesting. So, Kama, what are you selecting as your next game?
I got to go with Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
I have Street Fighter
got it.
2.
I got it too.
We'll have to put Street Fighter 2 in general, whether it's
Yeah.
World
Turbo.
Warriors or Turbo, because it's essentially the same game.
It's the same. It's the same game, man. I think Street Fighter 2. I have Street Fighter 2, so that's one.
Same 2 here
Two.
as well.
I didn't have it on my list.
It's not on my list. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
No.
I have 2 fighting games on my list, and neither one of them are.
So
Street Fighter.
wait, that's 3 people.
Yep.
Just 3 people for Street. Oh wow, that's going on the conversation.
Yeah.
Holy
Yep.
shit! I did not see that coming. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these I did not see coming, and wow, oh my lord, we're not gonna have guys. We're not gonna have a top 10 list. Tune in. Stay tuned. We're gonna be going until 3 in the morning because holy smokes, these game discussions are gonna be
We're gonna have a top
freaking
3
insane.
Or we could just admit the Sega Genesis was better, and then we could just cut this short.
No,
Listen,
Oh,
fumbles. That's you got 2 demerits. You have to stay for detention. So while the show ends at 3:00, you have to stay another 3 hours by yourself. And you know.
Gal's turn.
All right, Galvin, what do you got, pal?
I'll
Yeah,
tell
what a
you
good
what,
one that we could all agree with.
Has anybody ever seen Hellraiser 3?
No,
No.
I have.
You know that 1 Cinnabite that shot all the laser discs out?
no.
I'm going to do that to Fumbles, but it's going to be Sega CD titles.
What do you got, Galvin? What are you putting on your list?
Yeah.
What do you have in your top 10?
Tama did this because I'm going to throw the gauntlet down because I'm going Mortal Kombat 2.
I don't even have Mortal Kombat. Sorry, nope.
That's not on my list.
It's better on the Genesis.
It would be on my list if it was on the Genesis, but
Yeah, it's
Not-
better
not
on the
for
No,
Super.
no.
Oh,
It was definitely better on the
not the
SNES.
original.
While I agree, it's not on my list. It is definitely in top. I would say top 15 for me.
Top
Do not
15
get me
Mortal
wrong, I
Kombat
love-
2.
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
love
Yes,
MK2.
on the SNES, I agree. So Mortal Kombat is off the list. Oh man, wow. All right, listen, I'm going with a fucking banger, and if this is not at least 5 people on this here, I'm ending the fucking live. Okay, please tell me.
We all know what you're going to say. Just
Yes,
say
and
it.
know what
I'm
you're
throwing,
gonna
I'm throwing the big gun so we can all fucking agree. Fucking
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger has to go on this goddamn fucking list.
It is
Got it.
actually
Yeah,
on
it's
my
on
list.
mine.
I never played it, so no.
So no opinion. No. If it's a no opinion one, okay, we have to
No
scratch it.
opinion.
So this one is unanimous.
Unanimous. Chrono
It's
Trigger
unanimous,
is going on the
without
list.
question.
Jesus
Well, I have
Christ,
no
thank
idea
God.
you can
The
enjoy
list
it.
has
I'm
been
not even
saved. All hail the RPG gods.
Dude, I'm not even an RPG guy, and even I got to give credit to Chrono Trigger. Like,
I'm not
Oh,
saying
yeah.
it's a
Chrono is
bad
great.
game.
game.
It's not a bad game. It's just I never had.
You never had a chance to play it.
It never
Right,
really
exactly.
It never intrigued me enough to play it.
That's fair. So we have unanimous on actually 2 games have been unanimous. Legend of Zelda and Chrono Trigger
Yes.
have been unanimous.
Fumble turn.
Fumbles. I'm scared,
All right.
guys. I'm scared. Let me just get a drink of water here.
So you know what? I'm gonna do. I'm
Are
gonna
we
play.
putting Fumbles in the corner or something when it comes to
You know what I like? You know what I like? It's very unique because his favorite, we're going to get a different perspective. And a lot of these games I'm going to play after this show because I want to know these games that I haven't played if they're not on my list.
So I'm gonna play it safer this time. I'm gonna go Killer Instinct.
Yes.
That is on my list.
Yes.
That is actually the other fighting game on my list.
no.
Oh, wait. We got 3. We don't, Comma's not saying anything. I'm
Come on.
scared.
Really?
Thomas said no.
No, I didn't say anything.
You didn't
my
say
bad.
anything.
I heard you.
No, Killer
Count it.
Instinct.
Count it.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct on the list.
No, and
Okay, that's 4.
You know what the main selling point for Killer Instinct on SNES is? The CD that came with it.
Yes.
Yes,
That was-
I still have Killer Cuts. It's right behind me.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my
second
God, I was
favorite
scared.
soundtrack.
Fumbles, congratulations. Guys, applause. Yeah, we got one from
Thank you.
Fumbles, guys. We got one from Fumbles.
I thought
Saturday
we
night,
all-
that plastic smile you're
Hold
giving
on,
to
hold
Saturday
on,
night.
hold on.
Bad.
Killer Instinct. I'm writing it down. Killer Instinct. Holy shit.
I got
You know,
that
it
for
almost didn't make my list, but I had to put it down because, and I'll tell you why I put it down later on. But for now, just to
I
keep
gotta
things
go
flowing.
change my shirt. I'll be right back.
You got it.
No.
You got it. Oh, she got. I got the joke. I got the joke.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 so far on the list. Wow, I don't even know if we're gonna make it to the end of the list here of people. So okay, Saturday Night, what do you got? What do you got? So we got four. So
All right.
again, wait, before you do, just to iterate, the only two games that had five, okay, and unanimous was Zelda and Chrono. Every other game on this list, Super Mario World has 4, Super Metroid has 4, Final Fantasy has 4, and Killer Instinct has 4. The game discussions that had at least 3 people are Castlevania 4, Mega Man X, and Street Fighter 2. Okay, so what do you have? What do you have?
Saturday Night, you're muted.
Saturday Night, you're muted.
There you go.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. It's very
Yeah.
weird.
She was saying Genesis is
So I'm
better.
going with something a little more off the wall. And I'm gonna pick Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I don't
that's
have
such a
it.
good
Almost
game.
put it on.
That is such a
Damn,
good game, but it's not my top 10.
Not
None of my top 10.
is so good.
Nah,
Oh, it's so
I'm
good.
sorry.
It's so good. And you know what?
So good.
It is so good.
Oh, it's so good. I love that game.
I wanted to
really
play
do.
it.
Damn.
But it
I
would be on
played
the
it. I
top
just
10.
never really cared
Yeah.
for it too much.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Yes, that's another one that you can make the argument for top 15 for sure.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Damn it. That was a tough one to eliminate, I think. I think chat will agree. Chat's showing that on. Chat that might have to bring a comeback if we can't fill in the spots. Sebby, what do you got?
Put it in discussion.
All right. So I got 3 games left on my list, and you know what? The Lion King.
No, I'm
No,
sorry.
No, get that out of here.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
Sorry,
Get
sorry,
that
pal.
weak shit out of this house.
No.
Sorry, you can
Sorry,
you can
Sebby.
go with Simba and play with your not sorry. Listen, good game, but it's no. I'm sorry,
It's
pal.
rough.
It's
I got
rough.
I got 3 more games left on my. On my
Yeah, I
list,
have a
too.
couple left on mine
Yep.
too here.
I
So,
have two games.
Kama, what do you have now? You're next. What do you got?
I'm going for an off the wall title, but it's such a good game. Sunset Riders.
No, it's a great game. I don't have it on my
Great
list,
game.
dude. Such a
No.
fucking good game.
No.
Definitely would be on my top
I've never
15.
played it.
Sorry.
Nah.
It's
Wow,
on
that's
never
Sega,
played
it's
it.
on Sega as well, but the thing is that like Sega
It's
restricts
so much
2
better
players,
on SNES.
where the SNES has 4 players.
That would have been that would have definitely hit the mark for me too, but no, it's not on my list. Man, so many would have been on my
I love
list.
that game.
Galvez, come on, hit me up with a good one, pal.
I'm hitting you up with an off the wall one also because nobody has mentioned a single sports title yet. And I've got one. NBA Jam.
No, it's not on my list.
Ooh, that's a good
No.
one, but no, it's not on my
Not on my
list.
list either, man. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah,
Fun game,
I could.
fun
You
game,
know,
but not on my list.
you know what's funny? Not one sports title's on my list. And
Mine
it's
either.
for the
Mine
simple
either.
fact that Genesis did sports games better, and I
Yes,
had to say I have to say that Genesis made sports games better, and we were
Mikey, why
discussing
did you
it.
wind him up?
Mike, you actually said that? Can I get that in recording, please? Can I
You,
record
you
that?
do. It's on the VOD. I made it
I'm a-
clear earlier
Yeah.
before we even started. Oh my goodness!
Just put
All right,
that
all
and
right.
put it on a continuous loop.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Please tell me at least 3 people said. All right, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Please, 3 people tell me 3 of you said Turtles in Time.
Yes.
No.
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 My God. Oh God. Yes, 3 people
There you
said
go.
it. Okay, at least 3 people said Turtles in Time.
I
Wow.
destroyed that game.
Oh my God. Jesus Christmas. All right. How many people have games still on their list that they
I have
haven't
one
discussed?
left.
I got
I
2.
have 2.
I got
I have a couple as well. So okay, I actually have one that I guess. Okay, Fumbles. How many do you have left on your list?
Actually, no, I have 2.
I got a little bit over than 2. I only
Okay,
got,
then
like,
you. Okay,
yeah.
so what is? It's your turn to pick one. What do you got, Fumbles?
So this one, I know probably none of y'all, maybe a lot of people didn't play, a lot of people didn't know about it, but it's Biker Mice from Mars.
No,
Oh, I
not on my
love that
list.
I've heard of it, but I never
I
played
heard of
it.
it. I heard of
that
it.
game.
Wasn't that good?
Fantastic game, but it's not on my list.
So I figured nobody would be able to on nobody's list, but to me, it's an awesome racing game.
It is.
Okay,
You
it's a
just
great
wanted
game, a great
all-
game, but not on my list.
Yes.
Yeah,
Honorable
I listen. All right, you picked one that everybody, 4 people agreed. So be proud that Killer Instinct made the list. Okay, being a Genesis fan,
I know,
you know.
I don't want to go overboard, but yes, at least I'm happy. At least got one. 'Cause I know the rest of my games ain't making it. At least one made it.
Saturday Night, what do you got?
All right, I'm going with another one that I think might be controversial. I'm putting Earthbound on mine.
I knew
I got
someone
it.
was going to say that. I knew it. It's not. Now I give praise to it, but it's not on my top 10.
It
Now,
almost
Got it.
made the
if
list.
people want to discuss it,
But
on why I should be at top 10, I'm more than happy to hear it, and I respect the fact that Earthbound is on their top 10.
It's
Just
not.
saying.
It literally. I was debating on 2 games to put on my list as RPGs, and the other one made it before Earthbound, which I will discuss. But so how many people is that?
That's
Two?
two.
That's 2.
Yeah.
That's rough. That's a rough one that gets eliminated.
Now,
That
Saturday
gets-
night, I will tell you, it almost made mine, but I was caught between 3 RPGs: Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy II, and that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is past tense, so it's okay.
Okay, past that. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it for people that
You
might
You
have
guys
it.
are doing nothing but letting me down.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
no, I mean, there's still a bunch of.
It's
I
a
know,
bunch.
I'm just
Listen,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Walk it
listen.
off.
The four games that are 3 here, okay, might actually just fill the spots. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a big discussion for 4 games that didn't make the list so far, and we have 6 games that made the list. So I mean, it's interesting. Okay, interesting enough. Sebby, what do you have, pal?
All right, so this is my last game on my list,
Your last
and
game?
I'm pretty sure everyone played it. Mario Kart.
No, not on my list.
Dang it, that one
No.
almost
my
made
list.
mine. I was between 2, and that one just missed out.
Well, really quick. I already know what Saturn was going to say, and I'm just going to put it as my next pick.
Okay, Mario Kart doesn't make the list. I'm sorry, Sabby. Only 2 people
No.
mentioned. Not 2 people, right? That was 2. So that
Yeah,
gets.
just two.
And the reason
No.
why I think it didn't make everybody's list, if I could just say that, is because we know there's so many better versions of Mario Kart that are
Yeah.
passed on the Super Nintendo. I think that's the only
Yeah.
reason why it didn't make the list. Because so many other ones that came after it were just better. What do you got, Kamikaze?
Hold on. I'm eating.
Yes, please eat, drink. Just
Don't
don't
let
pee
us
on
interrupt
stream,
you.
please.
Oh, well, I'm out of beer.
All right. Saturn's
boy.
going to say F-Zero.
Nope, I don't have F-Zero, and it almost made my
I
list
got
as
it.
well.
No, that wasn't me. No,
actually
that
got
wasn't
it.
it.
I got
But
it.
that
So we
one
got
is also
1,
one that-
2. Wait, how many?
That is 2.
That is 2. Wow. I almost put,
F-Zero.
I almost put this on my list too. And you know what? Okay, it's not on the list. All right.
I still have 1 game left.
I still have 1 game left, and then we'll definitely get into the discussions. How many games do everybody have left?
I got
Out
one.
of the
Zero.
games, and there's still so many. There's still like at least
So
one
many other
heavy hitter
games that
no
we
one
could
said.
definitely bring into the discussion for sure. If we can't agree on the other ones. Okay. Galvus, you have 2 games left?
Yeah.
I think I have 1 game left.
Yeah, but I'm the last one to go. So, I mean, of course.
That's
I would
true.
have-
Okay, so what do you have?
All right, the next one, and it's, by the way, this is the reason why I did not choose Super Mario World, because on my list is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Yep, that's mine.
No.
One reason that kills it is
Yep,
baby Mario screaming.
yep. I
Oh.
can't do
Yeah.
it. That's just as bad
part
as
of it.
listen. No, I don't. That's
That's
worse.
magic,
That
bro.
is worse. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No.
Oh, it's so draining. No, is it? Do I understand why people love it? Yes, I do.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, for me,
I love it.
I
Right.
can't stand it. Like
I can't.
it drives me
It's
insane.
just. It's annoying. It's annoying. Fun game, but annoying.
Yes.
It just. That's what. That's probably a reason why I didn't put it on my list as well.
Oh,
Gavin, you said you had 1 more.
one left.
Okay. How many people still have a game on their list?
Nope.
You have 3 on your
right
list.
off.
I got one.
You have 1
I
on your
got
list.
Yeah.
Who's eliminated from the list?
I think Sebi. Okay, Saturn and
So
Sebi. are
Sabi
out.
and Saturn are done. Gavrish, you said you had 1 more after this one.
Just
So
one.
what is your last one, so we get that out of the way?
The last one I know is already not going to be on the list. You already know what I'm going to say, Mikey. ActRaiser.
No, I
No,
love
no,
it.
no. Now I'm not familiar with ActRaiser, so I don't have an opinion on it.
I love it, but it's not on the list. Sorry, Galvris, you've been
I
eliminated.
figured as
Sebi,
much.
you've been eliminated.
Yep.
Saturnine, you've been eliminated. All right.
Yep.
So I don't know if this is going to be my list. I guess my last game is going to be eliminated here. Okay, so I was going to say Final Fantasy 2.
I'm not familiar with it.
So I
Me
knew
either.
I kind of knew that was a bad one for me to put on there. I should have probably put on another game. So that last one has been eliminated. How many do you have, Fumbles?
I have well, I got one more. I got two more, but I could do one more.
Two more. So what do you have? What is your last one? What do you got?
Bart's Nightmare.
Nope. So that's gonna get eliminated. Good. What? And the other one?
Pilot Wings.
That got eliminated.
That's
a
not
good
in my
one,
top
but-
10, but it was a fun game.
Fun game. What do you have, comma? I mean, they're probably gonna get eliminated.
Super Mario RPG.
No,
No.
that's on Sebby's list. I know that.
Oh, okay. And then these other two are just like personal favorites. Final Fight 2
Okay.
and this one I have so many members. Saturday Night Slam Masters.
Oh, I
No.
love that freaking game.
Good game.
Yeah.
So here's what we have so far, and here's what we have for discussion. And of course, we could always bring back an eliminated game. All right, if we feel that that trumps the game discussion of the games that are currently on the list. So this is what we have on the ultimate top 10 SNES list. Now, the two top ones so far that unanimous, okay, five, at least five were Chrono Trigger and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Those two we don't even have to discuss. The other games are Super Mario World, Super Metroid, okay, Final Fantasy 3, and Killer Instincts, all with 4 votes. Does anybody have an opinion, or are we leaving what they're there because they have at least 4 votes?
We're good. Well, I'm good.
I'm good with
We're
it.
good with that.
Everybody
But
good with that?
Yeah, but I think with
Yep.
Super Mario World, the only reason why it'd be top 10 for everyone, it came with the console. So
No,
No.
absolutely didn't for me.
It's not
It
because it
didn't
came
have
with
it
the
on my
console. I
list.
think it's
For me.
because it introduced Yoshi and introduced,
yeah,
that
It
is
was
my
my
personal
introduction to
favorite Mario
gaming.
game. What's
It
that?
was my introduction to gaming.
Wow.
okay.
Okay.
It was- I feel like
As of
Mario-
right now, then we don't have nothing to discuss as far as the ultimate top 10 list. We have 6 games that definitely are making the list: Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, and Killer Instinct. For gaming discussion, we have Castlevania 3, Mega Man X 3, Mega Man X with 3 votes, Street Fighter 2 with 3 votes, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with 3 votes. So I'm going to go in the order that the game discussion was.
Are we
Alright.
okay with
Alright.
adding Zombies Ate My Neighbors back into the mix because chat was like super into that?
I say we can include
Into
that.
the discussion.
To-
Just
totally.
into the
I
discussion.
say throw it back in there. That
I
was
say
such a
we
great
could-
game.
Yeah,
we can
just
add-
All right,
Zombies.
so we'll
so-
throw Zombies back in there. Okay, we'll throw Zombies Ate My Neighbors back in there.
Now, how's this going to work? Does the person who put the game in make a case for it, or what?
I'm gonna let the person who nominated the game make the case for it, and the other 3 also, the other 2 make the case for it. Okay, and then the other 3 who did not did not have it can provide their input. So we're gonna go in order of the games that were mentioned here. So Castlevania 4 was nominated for the list by Kamikaze, and just to recall who else put that on their list, it was myself and who else? There were 3 people that said Castlevania 4.
I did.
You
I
did.
was
So
against
it was me, Galvez, and Kama. Kama, make your case, and then I'll make my case, and then Galvez can make their case for
Okay.
Castlevania 4. And chat, feel free to discuss.
Okay, Super Castlevania 4, man. For one, just the directional whipping, the enemies, the graphics, the music, right? The backgrounds, just like the entire layout. Like it was a Castlevania game that wasn't like over challenging like how Dracula's Curse was, right? It had like the secrets. You still could like what's his name? You could use the whip in any direction. You can like fumble around with the whip. You can whip onto like hooks and just swing across the platforms, the 2D, the 3D rooms, dude. Like that, to me, it is on par with Symphony of the Night, and a lot of us can agree, even though we're not doing a PlayStation list, that Symphony of the Night is one of the best Castlevania games.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's on par with that for being a 2D game, or being like a 16-bit game.
So good argument. I agree with pretty much everything was said. I'm going to add as far as if we were making a Castlevania tier list, okay, if we were making a Castlevania tier list, and I think a lot of people have played Castlevania games here, whether you played it on Super Nintendo, whether you played Nintendo games, whether you played on Sega, which had one on the Sega Genesis, okay, and PlayStation and Xbox 360. I mean, there's a huge list of Castlevania games. Okay, it's going to be on the top 3. It's going to be on the top 3 of all Castlevania games ever. And just for that alone, I think it deserves a spot because it was so revolutionary for when the Super Nintendo came out. We've got Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 on Nintendo, but once it reached Super Nintendo, that music and that when you get to certain boards, that eeriness of oh my God, I'm going to reach Dracula soon was like, holy shit. And it wasn't super difficult where it like Castlevania 3 was, where the challenge was, oh my God, this game is so freaking tough. They allowed new players to get introduced to Castlevania with Castlevania 4. And if you were going to say, hey, where does Castlevania 4 fall on the overall Castlevania tier list? It's got to be right behind Symphony of the Night, even before Rondo of Blood and Dracula X. To me, I think it's the second best Castlevania game in the franchise and series. So that's my argument. Galvez, you want to make your argument?
Yes, I do. I don't know what else to. Actually, I do know what else to add. Like because I'm on this exact same position as Mikey, maybe with a different number. That's easily the third best Final Fantasy game. Period for me across any.
We're talking Castlevania, dude.
Talking Castlevania, dude.
I said Castlevania, didn't I?
No, you said Final Fantasy.
Wow, my bad. No, it is easily the third best Castlevania across the entire series for me. The reason for that is like the NES game, the first NES game. I didn't care for the other two as much. Sorry, Mikey, but the first game was so great, but the fourth one, the Super Nintendo game, aside from the graphical overhaul, the musical enhancements, like the more accessible playability. You didn't feel like it was so rigid. But this is the part that does it for me. You know, like unlike in the original Castlevania, you don't need to rely on the special weapons in order to beat the game. Like you could just use you have more abilities with your whip. I mean, I'm not just talking about, swinging along like a Tarzan or Indiana Jones. I'm talking about like the fact that you can, like, if you have an enemy underneath you, you can just hold on to that Y button and just let it dangle and just beat the shit out of your opponent for you. Like you can move it in different angles. I mean, if you hold on, I mean, you could swing it in circles if you want to protect yourself from the bats. I mean, you have so many different ways of playing this game that in my opinion is what makes it so valuable in the series. I mean, the only other two games in Castlevania above it are both action RPG. So, I mean, that goes to say something. This is easily the best Castlevania that is strictly action. That is
that was the one. Those are the people that voted for Castlevania 3, opposed or didn't have it on their list with Sebi, Fumbles, and Saturday. Yeah. Any of you want to go first or change your mind or what?
I would. It barely missed my list. So I actually would be in support of it going onto the list. I've never personally beaten it, but I have played it a lot, and I do really enjoy it. It is probably my favorite of the strictly platformer-based Castlevania games. So yeah, I think it's a great game and it's a great pick.
All right, so we moved up to 4 people on the list now.
So now we have 4 sport. Sebi, did you want to make your argument, or Fumbles, did you want to make an argument?
Well, for me, I've only really played it during the Big 10 Super Nintendo, and I've only played that one level with the boss is like a flying skull.
Right.
Oh, that's the only level I played, so I can't really put it.
Provide input on it. Gotcha. And Fumbles, did you want to make an argument or not?
I I can agree to add that. I mean, it is a great game. It's very revolutionary. Like the Castlevania series is an amazing series. But if we can agree to remove one game from the list, and that's Super Mario. I feel like
All right,
Super
so
Mario. I feel like Super Mario is so mainstream. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I can't see it being a top 10 game. That's just my personal opinion.
So
But
you're
I can
so
see
so
it being added.
you're saying, so you want to make an argument for Super Mario World that had 4 votes, and and you're in favor for Castlevania 4. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? So
Yes.
okay, so what we can do is, okay, add Castlevania 4 to the ultimate list, and we could go back and discuss Super Mario World before, I guess, we discuss any other ones. I guess we could do that.
I mean, like a Super Nintendo top 10 without Mario is like a Sega Genesis top 10.
We're definitely going to discuss that. All right, so
Yes.
hold on. Let me do this. Castlevania 4 is going on the list, on the ultimate list here, as we don't have to discuss that. We just did, so that's staying on the list. Fumbles wants to revisit Super Mario World, so Fumble, make your argument, and it better be good, because I think you're going to get outvoted on this one here.
I'm probably gonna get outvoted on it, but just know this: Nintendo is based on Super Mario. Super Mario made Nintendo. I'm not saying Super Mario is not a good game. It is, but it is so mainstream, it's so flooded. There's always gonna be some Mario game on every top 10 list. I'm not saying it's bad, but I feel like a unique top 10 list should be something unique instead of like Mario. Mario was good, but it wasn't, to me, a game that should be on, oh wow, the top 10. You know? And Mario World was pretty much the same thing from the NES. It just added some more mechanics. But if you told the games like Castlevania, Super Street Fighter, or let's say, even you can even say Yoshi's Island, I feel like had more better mechanics and a little bit more better, just a little bit more fun to play. That's just my whole take on it.
Chat, what do you guys think? Should Super Mario World be on the list, or should we remove it from the list? Chat. We'll let chat start typing their.
Can I say something about Super Mario World?
Absolutely, go right ahead.
Okay, so the reason why I think Super Mario World should stay on the list is, like, sure, it was a lot of the same as what came before it, but it did a lot of that so much better. Like the cape is way better than the Tanuki suit and the ears and tail from Super Mario Brothers 3. And the thing that it added was secrets. So there were secret exits that you could find in different worlds that would take you to harder levels. The Star World was really good, and the secret levels after that were fantastic. And to this day, there are no Mario games, like 2D platformer Mario games, that did secret levels and secret exits better than Super Mario World. And it introduced Yoshi, which I think
that has merit on its own.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else want to make an argument? I mean, I definitely have an argument for it to stay on the list. I mean, but I'll make the argument here. Okay, I'll make my argument, and then I'll let you guys, because I'm not like the biggest. You guys all know that I'm not like the biggest Mario fan. I do enjoy Mario games. Okay, I do enjoy Mario games. Okay, and stuff like that. But I don't play Mario games often. And when I do play Mario games, I go to that one. And the reason I go to that one is because I think, personally, that is probably the best Mario game out of all the Mario games. Better than Mario Odyssey, better than Mario 64, better than the Mario 1, 2, and 3 on Nintendo. It's just, I think for me, it's the best. Even the 3D worlds, I love the 3D worlds as well, the Wii U versions and all that other ones that don't really get much credit. For me, Super Mario World, not because it came on the system, not because it's mainstream. And remember, we're not making a unique list. We're making it an ultimate top 10. If it was, say, if we were doing something unique list, I don't think Mikey hates Mario, but you got to reverse it. Nobody can read that. I could only read it. But
I wrote it backwards. What the fuck?
Yes, you did, but it didn't show up backwards. Okay.
Shit.
It showed up backwards. But for me, there was a rumor where Mikey hates Mario. So here, hey, I don't. but that for me is possibly my favorite Mario game of all time. Okay. And a guy that really, it's not like, oh, I love Mario, you know, because it's really, I don't really like Mario, but I do like Mario. But for me, that's my favorite. That's the one I always fall back to. And it's, again, not because it's mainstream, not because it's, you know, comes with the system. It's because it's just the most enjoyable Mario that I've experienced. It's the most enjoyable Mario that I experienced. I love the visual aspect of it. I love the levels. When I got into those ghost towns, I was like, wow, this is really cool. You know, experimenting dealing with the ghosts and the characters of the ghosts and stuff like that. For me, it's if this was an actual unique top 10 list, okay, I don't think any of these games would be on the list. I think none of these games would be on the list if this was unique. If this was unique, we'd be putting some really obscure title on here. But this is the ultimate top 10, and that's like what Sebi said. It's like having Sega Genesis without Sonic, and I just can't picture Sega Genesis without Sonic. So that's my argument for it to continue stay on the list.
Yep. I'll agree.
All right. You mind if I jump in now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is why I did not have Super Mario World on my list. I mean, the Mario games, for the most part, are very casual gamer friendly. Like they're they're extremely easy. Like, tell me, like, who among you has not played Super Mario World and beaten it within like an hour and a half?
I haven't.
I haven't.
Really? You don't go to, you haven't gone up to Donut Plains and just taken the Super World to go to the back door of Bowser's Castle?
No.
I played the game straight through. I don't even know. I don't even know.
I played the game straight too. I think, and chat hasn't either. There's people in chat saying they haven't done that. I know there's people like Sebi G that probably speedruns the freaking game.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, look, we're not all Mario speedrunners, you know. I mean, I could do Rygar in about 8 minutes, but you know, hey, listen, you know, totally different
I'm
game.
not a Mario speedrunner, but I can get through it pretty quickly, just like I'm sure every one of you can just as well. And that's my problem with it, is that the Super Mario World was too easy of a game. It was like playing the original Kirby on Game Boy.
Oh, I beat that move.
See?
Yeah,
that was
but
that was a good game, though.
If it makes it easy, is it a bad game?
First. Mikey, let me finish first.
Hmm?
But that's my point behind this. This is why I had brought in Super Mario World 2 versus Super Mario World, because Super Mario World 2 has such a greater graphical overhaul. I mean, the graphics for the entire game are beautiful, but that's not my reason. My reason was because the difficulty was ramped up. It wasn't a casual game. You're telling me it wasn't much more difficult?
I can see it, but I put both games on my list.
I think that difficulty is based on the person who's playing on it. Okay, you might find the game. I think that's difficulty can be subjective. People may find it difficult and never really good at that game. And people could find that, hey, Castlevania, you know, is a tough game. For example, I demolished Castlevania.
Yep.
I'm really good at Castlevania games. You are very good at Mega Man games. For other people might not be good at Mega Man games. I think the difficult level depends on the player, and I do not think that just because a difficult game, you know, or not difficult game, depending on, you know, people's perspective of it, should take into effect if the game is good or bad. You know, overall, you know, did people enjoy the game? And I do believe that people did enjoy the game. I do believe majority of people who played it, most people have played it and had some enjoyment. That's what I think. Yeah. That's what I think personally. But again, chat's also saying it should be on the list, I think so.
Well, that's why I got voted out.
Right. But I think it's staying on the list. I don't think we're getting rid of Super Mario World. Wow. I think there's too many people from even chat. And you know, I think most of the people here still agree that should be on the list. So just to reiterate what we have right now. Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid 4, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, and Castlevania 4. So now we have 7 games on the list. There's 4 more games that were brought on the list. Okay, the only game that was brought back was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Okay, we have Mega Man X3, Street Fighter 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Zombie Ate My Neighbors. Before we go on to the next game, which I'm sure Galvus is gonna make a massive argument for.
I'm actually waiting.
I know you are. I know you are. Does anybody feel that, you know, or have a game they feel that want to bring back? Because Saturday I brought back Zombie Ate My Neighbors. I might want to bring back a game which I didn't nominate earlier because I thought, like, you know, but hey.
I brought that back over Kirby.
Right, I know. Does anybody want to bring back a game that got eliminated?
I'm thinking about it. Street Fighter.
No,
We didn't eliminate Street Fighter.
We didn't eliminate
Yeah,
Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter's
Oh.
a discussion
Street
game.
Fighter's
Yep.
still on the list.
Oh, I thought that was
Yep.
eliminated. My fault.
No.
It's on the
We
discussion.
So
eliminated
yeah,
Mortal
so the
Kombat
games
2.
that have not been
Yeah.
eliminated
Mortal Kombat 2,
or for game discussion are Mega Man X, right? Mega Man X, Street Fighter 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, those all had 3 votes. Zombie Ate My Neighbors was we agreed on to bring back, that was renominated by Saturnine. Okay, so my question right now is, does anybody can think of a game that was eliminated or a game that we feel that, hey, you know what, we should bring that back?
In chat, they're saying Turtle in Time.
Turtle Time had not been eliminated.
No, it's still
what?
it's still it's on
It's
the
on the
chopping
list?
block, but it's not
Yeah,
on there.
I would say,
I got one. I gotta
Go
go.
ahead,
With,
Kama.
I got one. I gotta go with Fumbles. We gotta bring back Contra 3.
Yes, thank you.
We
okay.
got to.
Thank you.
We
All
have
right,
to.
I'll
Man.
put Contra
Yes,
3. I'll
we
put
have
Contra
to.
3 on it. I'll put Contra 3 on it. I'll put Contra 3 on the discussion for bringing back. Okay, I'm just gonna make notes so we have that. So Zombie Ate My Neighbors was reactivated by Saturnine. Contra 3 was reactivated by Kama. Okay, I'm bringing back one that I did not put on the list, and it was discussed. Okay, I'm gonna have to put back F-Zero. Anyone?
I get why. I get why. I get why.
I was just about to say F-Zero too. Like I was looking at it.
Okay, so F-Zero, I'm bringing back. That's me, Mikey. Okay, anybody else can think of anything before we move on?
No.
All
No.
of my games, not a lot of people know. Like I would say Time Track because it's such a freaking great game, and I feel
It's not.
like
No. It's just
I know
I don't
that's not
think
coming
enough
back.
people played it.
But Fumbles, I had your back, man, with Contra 3. Dude.
yes, yeah,
Contra 3, I can see an argument for. I can see an argument for as well, you know, and stuff like that. Anybody want to bring back anything else? I do think there might be an argument for another game that I think chat would lose their shit if it's not on here. But again, I bought F-Zero back. Does anybody, you know, I mean, I could bring back another discussion game.
I want to bring one back.
What?
It wasn't on my list. It was actually on yours. Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll definitely say yeah for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big argument to be made for that game.
Does anybody oppose to that? I mean, I'll put it back.
I say 3 was the better one.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, 3 is definitely the better one, but it's my favorite game. So I mean, I'm gonna side with Galvus on it. But I mean, does anybody know? Yes.
I never played it, so I can't.
Never
even
played it
talk on
either.
I mean, I'll put it because Galvus
Galvus
nominated it, but I don't think I highly doubt Galvus that game will definitely make it on the list. That's why I put it on my bottom. Okay, so can I? The Sebi, did you say you wanted to bring something back?
No, I don't.
Anyone else wanted to bring something back?
No, I'm good.
Can I bring something back?
What?
Yeah.
That was on 2 of the lists here.
You said Final Fantasy. Oh no, that was him. Who said Final
No, that was him. That was him.
Okay.
I'm fine with what we have.
I'm fine with what we have, you know, but I like to bring this one back because I think chat, and I think a lot of people probably will. I think it's one of those gray areas Okay, and that's one of the Donkey Kong Country games. And I'm not like the biggest Donkey Kong Country fan. Okay, and I'm gonna pass it to Saturnine and Sebi. Okay, because those are the two that put it up there. You guys, are we? Because I want to either bring back DKC or DK2. You guys tell me which
Two.
one. Two.
Two.
Okay,
Two.
so yeah, because I do believe Diddy Kong was better.
Yeah, because Donkey Kong 1,
Yeah.
like the levels are well designed. It's like they ran out of budgets for the bosses.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
We have
yeah.
a lot to discuss, so let's move on to the discussion. Okay, so for game, so again, just reiterating, and those again, we are live on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Okay, if you miss anything, you can go back and watch the VODs. All right, so far, for those, the list so far, the Ultimate 10 list, and we haven't put the top game yet or anything. We haven't organized anything yet. This is in no particular order. We have Super Mario World. Okay, we have Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past. We have Super Metroid, Final Fantasy III, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, and Castlevania 4. Okay, for game discussions with 3 votes. Mega Man X3, Mega Man X with 3 votes. Street Fighter 2 with 3 votes. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with 3 votes. Zombie Ate My Neighbors that was bought back by Saturnine. Contra 3 that was bought back by Kama. Okay. F-Zero that was bought back by myself. Java's bought back FF2. And Diddy Kong was bought back. Diddy Kong 2 was also bought back.
Brought back
So-
by, it was brought back by Sebi.
Right.
All right.
Was Contra
So I'll
was
kick,
in that list?
I'm gonna kick this. I'm gonna kick this one off. Right. We're going back with the games that we're discussing, not the ones we brought back. Street Fighter 2.
Well, Meg, I want to give Galvez because the Mega Man X3 actually came up before Street Fighter 2.
It's all right. Let him go with Street Fighter. I'll
Okay,
wait.
Street Fighter. All right, so we'll move on to Street Fighter 2. I said Street Fighter 2. Who else had Street Fighter 2? Comma.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Everybody, 4 of us had Street Fighter 2. Then why was it eliminated? Why was it in the game discussion? I had Street Fighter 2.
We
I
have
have
4
it.
members. I have it.
You have it.
Yeah, it was
I
3
think
people.
Fumbles. I think Fumbles
Yeah.
just
I just changed my mind. I was thinking about it.
Oh, he
Yeah, I
changed his
started
mind. Then
thinking
it's
about
going
it.
on. Then there we go.
Yeah. I was
All right, he
thinking
just changed his mind on the
Hey.
fly.
I'm good with it too.
That's
It's probably
okay.
my
Street
favorite
Fighter
fighting
2's
game
going
on
up
the
there.
entire system.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no. Okay, nothing to really discuss. Street Fighter 2.
I love Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2
It
goes
just-
up there.
That's the
I
thing.
just there's other games I like better.
Yeah, and I'm saying this, and I know probably a lot of people like Turbo better than the World Warriors. I get that. So I'm in saying that it's just Street Fighter 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
any
so I
Street
know
Fighter
Turbo's
2.
a
It
better
don't
game.
matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Turbo.
Yeah.
I think any kind of Street Fighter 2. I'm just gonna put
Yeah.
generically Street Fighter 2 series.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, we
Yeah,
can
there we
all.
go.
Well, so okay, look. So here we go. We have Super Mario World. We have Legend of Zelda. Super Metroid. Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, and Street Fighter 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. We got a huge discussion list, and then we got to make sure. Okay, Galvez, Mega Man X, you nominated it. Who else had it on their list?
I
did.
So 3 of you had it on the list. You better make a good argument, pal.
Well,
It's
then
gonna be
allow
tough.
me to set the mood, shall we?
Oh Jesus! Just
Can I get a beer, please?
Yeah.
If you could-
yeah, go get a beer. Listen, I have this here, and I didn't even put it on my list. Okay.
Hold on.
All right,
I'm
go
making
ahead.
an argument here.
All right.
Dude,
Yes.
I want that. I want it.
I made this one.
I want it.
Are you gonna make your
Yeah,
list, or
and
you're
the
gonna
Mega-
get
and
it the
he has the Mega
cosplay? I mean,
he's got the Mega
I mean, make your argument, damn it.
Now, everybody knows the Mega Man series. Mega Man,
Yes.
the NES Mega Man games are what the foundation's built on, and everyone loves Mega Man. Like Mega Man, like everybody has clear memories of Mega Man 2, Mikey. But then, of course, Mega Man 5, 6, whatnot. But then the Mega Man X for Super Nintendo released, and it gave us so much more of what we loved. But then it extended to it. Number one, it actually, according to the storyline, it made the series so much more realistic. I mean, not realistic, so much more serious. It wasn't a goofy chasing after Dr. Wily anymore. Now you had something real. You had a serious villain like Vile. You had a serious villain like Sigma. You no longer had robot masters that ended with man. You had Maverick. You had the Sigma virus. And not only do you just run after level, choosing your opponent, but now you had things to go after. You had upgrades you could contain for yourself. You had heart tanks, E-tanks, armor. That's right, motherfuckers. You can upgrade your fucking armor. Like you didn't like to get your bolster blasted. Guess what? This is like the Rogaine for your X-Buster. As I said, you had so many upgrades, and you also, in later iterations of the series, you could actually have more endings. But in the original Mega Man X, you could collect the upgrade, or you could collect it from your fallen comrade Zero, which was another serious point and inclusion to the series. Was the character Zero that died, and when he died saving you, he actually gave you his Buster as a parting gift. Like, take this. Hey, wait a minute. Take this. It's dangerous to go alone. That's right.
So I'm gonna make my counter argument here, and this is kind of a bias, right? I love Mega Man. There is no question about it. I absolutely love Mega Man. My brother named his dog Rush, right? And then if I get another dog, I'm naming it Treble. So that's how much I love Mega Man. My only argument really is that while X is such an amazing game, I never got too into the X series. I've always been on the number series. And that's why,
Right.
like I said, Mega Man 7 is tied with Mega Man X. Because Mega Man 7 to me was like a great Mega Man game. Not the best, obviously. But for the Super Nintendo, it definitely is a contender for top.
Okay, so obviously Galvis, it's his favorite game. I know he made an argument. Who else had it on their list? I'm just curious. Who said?
I had it.
Sebby, why did you have it on your list?
Tied with 7.
So when Mega Man X, there's just so many ways you can play it. You can play with just using the busters. You can play with the upgrades. I remember going to Blockbuster and reading like how to beat certain bosses, and then I come across the Hadouken. Like there's so many secrets within Mega Man X that it just makes it top tier.
Seriously.
Like I said, I'm not I'd be okay with Mega Man X or Mega Man 7 on the list. To tell you the truth. I'd be
Okay, and I didn't have it on my list. Fumbles didn't have it on.
I had it
on
the
the
list.
list.
I
Huh?
had Mega Man. I had it on my list. I had Mega
You
Man
had
X
Mega Man on X on your list?
Yeah.
So we now have 4 people.
Is that 4 people?
Fuck
Put it
yeah!
on the list. Put it on the top.
So wait a second. How did it? Then why did we have 3?
Because I was in the air.
Yeah,
I was in the air between that and 7.
Okay, so all right, so Mega Man X, I don't even have to make an argument. All right, well, I guess you got your wish, Galvis.
I was gonna say one thing. Mega Man X is good, but I like Mega Man Battle Network way better.
Never was a fan.
That was my opinion.
I'm not saying it's bad.
I
I just wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
I haven't played it. I don't have an opinion because I haven't played it.
I have an opinion, but it's not going to even matter. But if I can make my opinion, if that's okay,
anyway. I mean,
it's going to be it's 4 people already put it on there. The same way Fumble said we could remove it from Super Mario from the list. Here's why I don't believe Mega Man X belongs on the list. And no disrespect to the series, and no disrespect to Galvis, that's his favorite game. Okay, so he's gonna make an argument for it. Okay. Saturday Night had her favorite game on there and got eliminated. Okay, Kirby, then make an argument for it. He's gonna make I have my favorite game on the list, and I'm not making a huge argument for it because I know from the game discussions of the other lists on here that these games are just better than Mega Man X. And the reason why I say it's better than Mega Man X, because these games, the other games in the Mega Man series, I think are just so better. I didn't get into Mega Man until I joined TikTok, and Galvez introduced me to Mega Man, and JJ introduced me to Mega Man. I played Mega Man 1, and I was like, too hard. Once I played Mega Man 2, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I played the other Mega Mans. I own Mega Man X. I own the game. You know how many times it goes in my fucking system? Never. Because the same argument that Galvez said about Super Mario World, which I can't use here, it's just too difficult. Okay, and again, this is easy for him. So that, again, is subjective. So I'm not going to use that, but I agree with Kama said. I like the numbered ones better than the X. I've tried X2, I tried X3, and visually I will give it. Of course, it looks beautiful. Is it a fun game? Yes. But over the other games that we still have on the list, okay, I just think that there are better games overall. And there's a very few spots on there, okay? We still have Teenage Mutant Ninja 3 to discuss. We still have Contra 3 to discuss. We still have Zombie 8 My Name Is, which was brought back by Saturnine. F-Zero to discuss. Galvez brought back F2, the one my favorite, which I'm gonna make an argument for. Okay, and we have Diddy Kong 2. So Mega Man X is currently on the list, but look, four people said it. There's a lot of other four numbers on here. Okay, so
I'm kind of biased because Mega Man X is good. I didn't really enjoy it, but the reason why I say it's probably top 10 because this is actually my dad's copy. So I don't know. I just
sentimental value.
Yeah.
So, sentimental value. That's fine.
Yeah.
But should sentimental value play a factor in the top 10 list?
Well, yes.
Yes. I mean, if you think about it,
So if my kid bought me a game for Super Nintendo and that has sentimental value for it, and it's the worst fucking game on the system, hey, I should put it on the ultimate top 10 list?
Well, it's not. It's not a bad game. I did enjoy playing it.
It's not a bad game.
I put it on my list because besides enjoying the game, it is one of my dad's. And to me, it does have sentimental value, but it's not a bad game. So,
sentimentality by itself, no. But if it's sentimentality based on nostalgia, yes.
Yes.
I don't think sentimental value, because there's a lot of games that have very sentimental value to me that I didn't put on the list. The Star Wars games, for example, have sentimental value to me. Super Ghouls and Ghosts have sentimental.
I could say Desert Strike: Return to the Gulf. I could put that in my top 10. That's got sentimental value to me.
Right.
I love Desert Strike. I would have sided with you.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts I could have put on there. I think it can definitely make an argument to be put on the top 10 list. Which I mean, I could talk about that. But moving on, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, with 3 votes. I had that on my list. That was one that I had on my list. I don't know who else had it on their list.
I think I said it was on mine, and I'm going to give the one argument on why it should be on the list. On the NES or SNES, best beat 'em up.
It was
best beat 'em up.
You know what's messed up about this conversation right now? There were already 4 people that said yes to Turtles.
No, I have 3. It was me. And 2 others. Who are the 2 others?
There's Kama, there's myself, but I heard a 4th person.
No. Saturday didn't have it. Fumbles didn't have it, and Sebi didn't have it.
No. Best beat 'em up on the console, without question. Is it my favorite? No, but it's the hands down the best beat 'em up on the console.
I feel like the NES Turtles game was better. That's just
I disagree, but again,
I totally disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed the original NES one.
Okay, so Kama making the argument that it's the best beat 'em up on the system. Galvis, you had it on your list. You can make the argument, and then I'll finally make an argument for it.
The reason why it was on my list because it was one of my favorite beat 'em ups. It was also one of my favorite games that I love playing with other people. Like my little brother and I spent hours fighting over pizza. Like who deserves it more? Like tell me that. I mean, that was a big part of it. But like, as a nostalgia is a part in it. But like any house that I went to when I was a kid, if there was a Super Nintendo playing and there were multiple kids, there was a copy of Turtles in Time. Not everyone had, like any house I went to that had an NES, I was not guaranteed to find Turtles 3, Manhattan Project, but I was definitely going to find Turtles 4. And there were always people playing it. That was one of those games that kids got together to play. And that I'm included in that. So, I love the game. I mean, the color, the artwork to the game. And by the way, in case we're forgetting something here, it was also the first Turtles game that included a fighting game built into it, which was another fun. Even though you could only use 4 people, I mean, you could actually play facing off against each other.
I think no.
Hold on, back up a second. Are you saying
Go
it's
ahead.
the first game that was a beat 'em up and had a fighting game into it, or is it the first SNES?
The first Turtles game that was actually
okay.
that actually had a fighting game built into it.
Okay,
Because I know there's tournament fighters, but that came out after, even though it was
No.
retroactively made
I
to
heard
the-
different because I thought you said it was the first game to do that, and I was like, no, that was Double Dragon.
Yeah, I was
no,
going
yeah.
to say, I'd rather Double Dragon than Turtles. Like, I don't
Super
know.
Double Dragon,
Dragon, but
Super Double Dragon 4
Turtles-
was on my list, but what's his name? I pushed that off because I
Uh,
honestly I enjoyed
no,
Double Dragon
no.
4 better. But again, got to give credit where credit's due. TMNT 4 is hands down the best beat 'em up on what's the name on the console.
Okay, here's my
Graphics,
argument.
the
I
fighting-
nominated, so I'll make my argument here. Okay? I'll make my argument here. Out of the 6 people here right now, okay, and in chat, okay, and chat, if you own a Super Nintendo, do you guys have a copy of it?
Nope.
No.
No,
No.
Yes.
Yes. Chat.
no.
However, I have the Cowabunga collection, so I'm going to count it.
Okay, he has the
Okay.
Cowabunga collection.
I don't even have that.
I don't have that either.
I
Okay,
don't.
so we do have a couple people that say yes, no, yes. Well, if you have an SNES, if you don't own an SNES, don't, I'm just saying.
Which, by the way, Rumbles.
Yes.
Fumbles, my bad. I said Rumbles on accident.
It's fine. Close enough.
Rumbles is good.
Rumble.
You call me whatever you call me. Just if you have lunch, if you don't call me to share your lunch, then we have problems.
Okay, so
All right,
let me make
Now,
this argument.
well,
Let me make this argument. Everybody had a
I was
chance.
just telling you hit something real fast. That's all. That's all I was doing. I
Well,
was
what
letting
do
you know, if you have a Sega Genesis EverDrive, you can actually get the Cowabunga Collection ROM on the Genesis.
Really?
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you could do that too. I mean, you could do that on I think on the other ones as well. So here's my thing. Okay, here's my thing. Okay, and I think Kama and Galvis hit it on the head with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, if I'm going over a friend's house or I have people here, even my son, okay, and I want to play a couch co-op, what other, if it's not a sports game, what other game am I playing that it's not a fighting game? Okay, it's a co-op game that you can play with your son. The co-op game you can play with your friend. It's a co-op game you can play online now. Okay, it's a co-op. It's a game that you can play in the arcade, and it was one of the best translations from a beat 'em up arcade to a home console. I remember seeing this game and going, "Oh my God!" You on a big screen TV and going, "Is that the arcade?" No, that's on the Super Nintendo. And going, "Are you shitting me?" It's almost a 1-to-1 replica with some things where you couldn't do on Super Nintendo. But it's the best beat 'em up game. And if I'm not playing a sports game, if I'm not playing a multiplayer co-op game, I'm playing a beat 'em up. The first thing that's going to my mind is picking that Turtles game. I'm going over a friend's house and they have a Super Nintendo and they don't have a Genesis. They're throwing Turtles in Time. Okay. They're not, and that's the reason, man. Because dude, how much is that game, dude? I want to buy that game, or they have the Cowabunga collection, like Kama said. People love turtles, okay, and even if it's not on, it wasn't on your top 10 list, okay, and you have the Genesis and you like turtles on the Genesis, or you like turtles on NES, okay. Again, if we're doing a tier list, this is the best Turtles game, period. Period. It's the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Period. I think that it's number one. Okay, and of course they had Manhattan Project. They had the
Hyperstone Heist.
Hyperstone Heist. I mean, Hyperstone is fantastic in its own right, but I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is just Turtles in Time. It's just such a better game, and the ability to play 4 players and stuff like that. I think it's just, one of those games that your friend comes over, dude, you have dude, do you have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time? Yeah, boom, let's play it.
I have a question.
All right, so are we saying that the game belongs on the top 10 list?
I'm saying it is, but I don't know if anybody else is saying. We still have 3 people saying that. So far, there hasn't been any switch so far.
I have a question. So
Sure.
the one for the Super Nintendo is actually 4 players?
Yeah.
You needed
4 players. It was 4.
You needed an extension.
You needed an extension, but yes, you can play 4 players.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even know that was even possible on the Super Nintendo till just now.
So I think Fumble switched.
No,
Fumbles, he didn't switch. He didn't switch.
I didn't switch.
He just asked the question.
Yeah, I was just interested to know more about the 4-player co-op.
All right. So why don't we push that on the back burner for now? And
so we only have 3 people still on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, correct?
No, 3 people. Yeah. I'm
not switching. Please tell me your arguments.
For
Because,
me, it's
three of us gave our arguments. And 3 of you saying no. I want to know why.
Well, for me, it's because I love the Turtles, but if I had a choice between Ninja Turtles, Turtle in Time versus Super Double Dragon, I'm always going with Double Dragon.
Exactly.
Yep,
What you said.
me too.
I'd rather play Double Dragon.
And like I said, do I think Super Double Dragon 4 is better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like as in like my own personal preference? Yes, I do. But however, I have to give credit to where credit's due. The only problem I have with Double Dragon 4 is so slow. It is chugging along, and I love the game. But it chugs along way too much.
I don't care much for beat 'em ups just in general anyway. That's not really my thing. So,
Gotcha.
that's I can't put it on my list because beat 'em ups in general, I'll play them. I like Double Dragon. They're just not really my thing.
Okay, so since Double Dragon was mentioned, I want to discuss that. Double Dragon happens to be the original Double Dragon on the arcade. Happens to be one of my favorite all-time games. But the translation to all the Double Dragon games that I've played on the console, whether it's NES, whether it's Super NES or otherwise, they do not translate the same way as the arcade hit. You know what I mean? If you played top quarters into the arcade machine, it doesn't hit the same. Turtles in Time hits the same from the arcade to the home console. Now, I have games. I have Double Dragon games. I do have it. I just don't enjoy them, and it's frustrating because I am a huge Double Dragon arcade guy, and I spent hours and hours, days and months on that arcade machine at the deli with one of my best friends at the time. Dude, we would call each other up to say, hey, are you going to play that? And then, oh, cool, Double Dragon on the NES. What the fuck is this shit? Oh, cool, Double Dragon on the Super NES. What the fuck is this shit? The translation did not go from arcade to home console. And that's why I don't think that it's better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where, oh shit, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the arcade. Holy shit, Teenage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the home console. Wow, I'm playing the same fucking game. That's why I don't think Super Double Dragon or any of the Double Dragons deserve to be on the top 10 list. That, again, that's my opinion. That's my argument against Double Dragon, and my argument still for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But we're moving it to the side to move on.
Yeah.
It's not on the list currently with only 3 votes, so we'll keep it again for the discussion. As for, just to reiterate what we have currently, okay? Currently, and again, this is not finalized, guys, just to make sure. Okay, we have Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, and Mega Man X, correct?
Yep.
All right, so we
The one that I want to bring up, because I have to leave in a bit, and I'm going with Saturn here. Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about that too.
that was the next game actually on the list.
Okay,
Zombie
yeah.
Ate the Neighbors. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right, how many people say want, you know, just let's make it easy. How many people believe Zombie Ate My Neighbors out of the last couple ones we have here? Contra 3, F-Zero, F2, and Diddy Kong deserve to be on the list. We have 1,
I'll agree.
2,
I'll agree.
3.
I agree.
I'll agree.
Galvez?
Yep.
No?
I've never got into Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I mean, I've
Fumbles?
played it.
No?
Not over Contra.
So it's up to me.
No. I'm going to say this, right?
Okay.
In my personal top 10, it beats Zombies Ate My Neighbors, right? Personal top 10, not if it's an ultimate. However, there's a lot of things that Zombies Ate My Neighbors has over Contra that I like more, like the horror theme of it. And
Yeah.
yes, I understand it's aliens, right? But in zombies, you have aliens, werewolves, zombies, Chucky-like dolls, Jason Voorhees, et cetera, et cetera. So therefore,
Can-
I'm putting that above Contra 3 in this case.
I also wanna say, because there were Donkey Kong Country 2 was on my list, and so was Kirby Superstar, and I could have picked any of those games, but I picked Zombies Ate My Neighbors because I know it's a beloved, not only is it a beloved game, but it's so different from a lot of things that were on the Super Nintendo. It's more like an arcade style game, you know.
Mhm.
The premise is interesting. The variety of the enemies and like the levels. I mean, there's some levels where you're running away. There's some levels where you're fighting. It's just interesting, and it does kind of have this like creepy vibe without being overly scary. And it's a it's a couch co-op game as well. You know,
Agreed.
it's a two-player game, and the arcade style of it is just fantastic, and it has an underrated soundtrack. I'll
Yep.
just throw that out there.
Okay, so
And-
let me
it's
just
enjoyable.
again, let me just see. We got again Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 was pushed. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was pushed to the side. Zombie Ate My Neighbors we're discussing right now. We still have Contra 3, F-Zero, F2, Final Fantasy 2, and Diddy Kong 2. Again, this is not finalized yet. Okay, Zombie Ate My Neighbors. Saturnine says yes. Kama says yes. Sebi says yes. Bumble says no. Galvez, you say no. So it's up to me if I want to throw that on there.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Give him the power.
I mean, it also has a very unique end credit.
Yeah.
I remember the end credit. I've never beaten the game, but I've gotten like I put the cheat code in and gotten to it.
Yeah.
I gotta say though,
Yeah.
in defense for Contra 3,
We're not talking. We'll get to Contra 3. We'll get to Contra 3. I want to figure out what we're doing right now with Zombie and My Neighbors. Are we putting that on the list? Or are we not putting on the list? We got 3 votes. Okay. I heard 2 arguments. I heard pretty much all 3 arguments. Do you guys want to make an argument for not being on the list? Because I mean, I haven't made up my mind yet. I haven't made up my mind.
Argument.
Okay, so tell me, Galvez.
No, I said I don't know enough to make that argument. Like,
Okay,
I've
so-
played it, but it just didn't. Okay, for me, it just felt like just a general arcade game, like it was a never-ending cycle. Like that's how it felt to me. I never finished it, so I guess I can't really,
I never finished it either. Okay.
That's why I said no, because I didn't want to lie about it.
Okay. Bumbles, do you have any input on Zombie Ate My Neighbors right now?
not saying it's a bad game, but it just didn't reach out to like, top 10 NES games. Like it was a decent game, but also the market was just flooded with like zombies and just like, I guess, like, I don't know. I never really said, oh, this is like top 10 potential.
I have one argument that to fumbles about the difference between zombies and Contra. Can you name one song? Can you think in your head one song for Contra 3?
No,
I can't think of
What
one
about
song for
what
either
about
one.
zombies? What about zombies?
same
Nope.
thing.
Nope.
I
I can't
can.
either. So it's not like I can, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So
All right, what's the name? I gotta head on out, right?
all right, I'm gonna
If
put
you
that
guys,
on the
if you,
side. I'm gonna put that
all right,
aside.
if you guys
Comment.
are still live,
Fair enough.
by the time I'm finished with everything, I'll come back in.
Yeah,
Perfect.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
All right, comma. All right, so it's up to us right now to figure this out. The rest of the list here, and stuff. So, I'm going to put Zombie Ate My Neighbors with 3 votes so far, and because I think we still have so much more to discuss
Yeah.
on this list, and I just I knew the other ones were going to be tough. Um, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles still have 3. Zombie Ate My Neighbors still have 3. I'm not voting either way for it. I'm gonna currently say no, and I don't know if I'm gonna change my mind because I don't think the arguments are powerful enough for me to say yes, and not to say that it's a bad game. And I have it for, I have a complete box copy for the Sega Genesis, and I played it for the Super Nintendo. I do believe both games definitely are good versions of, both are good versions. I just don't know right now if that deserves to be put on the list compared to some of the other games that maybe even we didn't discuss that I would love to nominate for a discussion, and maybe change my mind because a lot of them were eliminated, and it's like, damn, that's a good one. Damn, that's a good one. That almost, how many times have we made the argument today that, damn, that almost made my list. Damn, that almost made my list. Damn, that almost
Yeah.
made my list.
Yeah.
Zombie Ate My Neighbors. I don't know if everybody said, damn, that almost made my list. Mega Man X, yeah, I
Fair
get
enough.
it. Made my
Yeah.
list. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 almost made my list. Contra 3 almost made my list. Some of the stuff, but
Fine.
and so I don't know. It's really hard getting down to the last couple. And I could definitely make an argument for other games that aren't on here that we could probably say, hey, you know what? I do believe that there are other games on here that we haven't discussed that's actually better.
Yeah, but
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off the Zombie Ate My Neighbors, and I know Fumbles, you've been waiting to discuss Contra 3.
Yes.
So
yes.
please discuss Contra 3.
So
Make your
Contra
argument.
3, I mean, we all have memories of watching action movies, especially in the 90s, Commando, Predator, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, those are like the pinnacle of action stars. And Contra was just like, you get the chance to play as that. And Contra 3 just blew it out the water with the sound effects, the music, the graphics. It's just, even to this day, it still holds up. And it's just an amazing game. Especially it's one of those games where you can, it's a big improvement of the original that was just so freaking hard. You can just play it and you don't really have to think. It's just mindless. Sometimes, you just want to play a game where you could just relax and just go through swords and enemies and stuff like that. To me, it was just an amazing game. They made perfect changes, but they didn't change the core of the game. That's my take. The reason why it should be on the top. Because as for a random,
Who else had it? Who else had it on their list? I know. Commas mentioned it,
Comma.
and there
Not
had to
me.
be somebody else because there were 3 people.
Yeah, it was
No, Contra was brought back.
yeah, it was brought back.
It was brought back because I have it. I have it. Oh, okay. Contra was brought back. So right. Contra was brought back. It wasn't on anybody's list then.
It was on my list and
Comma's list.
Yes.
All right. So there's there's no other argument for it. And stuff because Comma's not here.
Yeah.
And as much as I like Contra 3, I'll make an argument for but look, I like Contra 3 Alien Wars. I like it better than Hard Corps, but it's one of those games that I could live without, even though I own it. I could live without. And you know, as much as I love, you know, like what you said, right? Absolutely love what you said. You know, the action movies in this. My mind did not go to Contra. My mind went to yeah. It went to games like Akari Warriors. It went to games like Commando. It went to game. It did not go to Contra. It went to games like Jackal. You know, I was thinking more of those lines. I just don't think Contra, you know, and don't get me wrong, I think it's a great game. I just over other games on the Super Nintendo, I'm gonna push that on the side as well. I just don't think you're gonna, you know, for me, you know, it's tough because Zombie Ate My Neighbors I'm battling with. I'm battling with Contra 3. And unless somebody else has an opinion about Contra 3 and says they want it on the list, I'm just going to push it off to the side unless anybody disagrees.
Come on, somebody help me because I'm by myself right now. I need some help.
Sorry.
Anybody?
Hey,
I
listen,
mean-
you got Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
At least I got one, but
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
I can get Contra.
Yeah,
I
pretty
know.
much.
I think Saturnine just got one too. I mean, you guys
Yeah.
are both on the same boat here.
Yeah, I mean, for
Well-
Contra, like the levels designs were great. Honestly, like like you said, the action is always fast paced, mindless shooting, but it just can't seem to make it. It'd make it top 15, but I don't think it can make it top 10.
I think it would make top 15. Absolutely. I agree with you. I don't, and same thing with Zombie Ate My Neighbors, but I'm struggling to put it on a top 10 list.
I hate to say it like that,
and stuff like that. And here's, so I'm going to move on. I mean, because I don't know if this is, you know, it's tough. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Contra, and Zombies definitely have very powerful discussions. I brought back F-Zero just to discuss F-Zero. I don't know if you guys, what your guys' opinions on. Do we have any votes for F-Zero or no?
No.
I vote for it. Yes, it was on my
Two?
top 10.
Just me and you?
I'll go F-Zero.
So that's
I
three.
would do F-Zero. I would do F-Zero above Contra. I would do
Yeah.
F-Zero maybe even above, no offense, Galvarus Mega Man X.
Oh no. No, you might as well have just kicked me in the nuts for that. What the fuck?
I'm sorry.
Oh, what? Oh,
Ooh.
challenge accepted.
You could have just taken me out to the back of the building. You just gave me a square kick. Like what the
I might
hell?
even make the argument that F-Zero belongs on this list more than even Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh, damn.
I'll give F-Zero over the other stuff, but not really. I can't say Mega Man. It wasn't it wasn't that good of a game. Mega Man was
I was
better.
closer to picking that than I was. I mean, Super Mario Kart is another good, you know, racing game for but F-Zero was just different. It was different. It was a different kind of racing game. It's legitimately fun. It's difficult. It's super hard, but you know, it's just legitimately fun.
See, I would put F-Zero above all the other options we have tabled right now, with the exception of Turtles.
I don't know if I could put it above Donkey Kong Country 2, though.
I could.
I could
Donkey
too.
Kong Country 2 wasn't bad, but I missed it. Look, I didn't like using Diddy and Dixie. I finished the game, but I missed having Donkey Kong. And Kitty Kong sucked, by the way. Sorry, Sebby.
Yeah. Kitty
Okay,
Kong
so
does
wait a
suck.
second. So we have 1, 2, and Saturnine also says 3, but you're saying you wouldn't put it above. Galva's saying he wouldn't put it above Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, I would.
So that's also three on there. So we can't put that on there yet. So that's also the, you know, this is going to be tough. All right. I'm going to hold off on that. I put it up there. I just put it up there just to discuss it. It wasn't like, oh yeah, let's put that up there. I really want that up there. You know, I put it on there because it's unique, and I think it's something that we should have discussed, because it's the only racing game on the system, like actual on the system, other than Mario Kart, that I could think of.
Well, I mean, there's
Like-
Top Gear.
Well, yeah, we don't talk about Top Gear, do we?
Stunt Race FX.
No.
Yeah, it's done, but I mean, like actual racing, like Stunt Race FX was kind of weird, different. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I like Stunt Race FX. I think it was good.
if we was talking about the two like racing games, like between Mario Kart and F-Zero, I don't know. I think I just like F-Zero better than Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
Yeah, I think so
feel
too.
like
I think
a
so
fast
too.
pace,
For the
yes,
time.
yes,
Yes. F-Zero above the original Super Mario Kart. Maybe not
yes.
some of the later ones, but
Right,
definitely I think
right.
No.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel
so
like the original Mario Kart, the Super Nintendo one was all right, but I feel like it was actually better on other
You know,
consoles.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
I actually feel like I want to change my mind about this.
okay.
Like, because after talking about this, all of a sudden I've got Mute City, the music stuck in my head. Okay. After
It is
this,
good.
I just remembered the amazing soundtrack that came with it. So
The
Yep.
soundtrack's amazing. The
it
soundtrack's
is
amazing.
great.
I'm just looking
So-
at some of the other two, and the fact that you mentioned, because we have 3 votes on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, we have 3 votes on Zombies, we have a couple votes. Contra kind of got eliminated because Kama's not even here, and nobody else really put Contra 3 on the list. Okay, we
Yeah.
are talking currently on F-Zero. Galvus made an argument that he thinks Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, I'm sorry, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is better than F-Zero. That would turn the vote to 4 in favor of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, I
Huh?
originally voted on 4 on Turtles. Remember?
You originally voted on Turtles, right? But you're saying, true. But you're saying are you still saying that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over F-Zero, or you're changing your mind? You're saying F-Zero over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
What I'm
Barbara.
saying is, I think I would, in fact, put F-Zero over Turtles. Now, just remembering the
I would
amazing
vote for.
soundtrack that came with it.
Okay,
I would
guess
vote
what?
for F-Zero.
I think F-Zero is
I
going on
agree
the
with-
list.
Yeah,
I think
agree with
F-Zero has to
Yep.
go. I guess F-Zero is
Yep,
going on
I
the
would
list.
vote for that
Yep.
over Zombies Ate My Neighbors,
F-Zero.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
all right. You know what?
F-Zero-
F-Zero currently on the list right now. F-Zero is currently on the list right now, so I'm going to just remove it. Okay, the ones we still have to discuss. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we have 10 on here right now,
Right.
but we still
Yeah.
have a couple of that don't make the list, and we still have to discuss.
Okay.
And who knows? I'm again. Nothing is finalized. Obviously, nothing's finalized because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles still there because it wasn't totally eliminated. Zombie wasn't totally eliminated. Contra 3 was kind of eliminated. Okay, unfortunately, no, I haven't made up my mind on Contra 3. That's what it was. I haven't
Yeah.
made up my mind on Contra 3. I haven't made up my mind on Zombie Ate My Neighbors. I'm always going to fight for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles personally, but Galvus brought back my favorite game, so I'm going to fight for my fucking favorite game as well.
Do it.
Okay, so let's do this. Galvus brought back Final Fantasy 2, so I'm going to let Galvus go first.
Okay. I know everyone's big the big spiel about Final Fantasy 3, but in my opinion, Final Fantasy 2 has the better storyline. Like, this could be debatable, and I'm sure we're going to go through this, but I personally love the whole redemption story from Cecil, from Dark Knight to Paladin, like all that goes on, all the fun, the betrayal, all the everything that goes into that, like the expansive world. Like, it was for me, Final Fantasy 2 was I started with the original Final Fantasy, but Final Fantasy 2 for me was the pinnacle of the entire series. Final Fantasy 4 for those of you who weren't playing a Super Nintendo. But no matter what, updates, what iterations they've made, like even like they remade it, for the 3DS or DS, excuse me. Like the original Super Nintendo game will always be my all-time favorite version of Final Fantasy, no matter what Final Fantasy game we're talking about. Like you got your Final Fantasy 7s, your remakes. Like Final Fantasy 2 will always be my number one. Like it was my real introduction to a good turn-based combat system. As well, and plus having unlike the original Final Fantasy. You had to learn new ways of being able to beat certain opponents. Like, when you faced the wall, for example, you couldn't directly attack it. You had to attack yourself to attack it. Like, you had to learn all these different tricks just in order to be able to, you had to learn to play and then learn to succeed. And plus, the inclusion of, the 4 elemental, I forgot what they're called, but the elemental fiends.
Fiends.
Like, like, I loved the story, like all the way through, even with Gomez. Like, I said the wrong name, didn't I?
No,
Okay,
Gomez.
yeah.
Goblez, Goblez.
Thank you. I knew I messed up, but Gomez. But yeah, it's like for me, Final Fantasy 2 will always be it'll be always near and dear to me.
Okay.
To the point where I still have my copy up here.
Okay. All right.
I never played it, so I have no opinion.
So here's. Okay, it's my favorite game. Okay, so I'm gonna defend it, obviously, but I will also say that Final Fantasy 3, yeah, sure, it's a better game overall, but I agree the story is better in Final Fantasy 2. But if it wasn't for Final Fantasy 2, we wouldn't have a freaking Final Fantasy 3. Okay, they just improved on the combat. As far as story goes, it's the best. Now, let me ask you guys a question. How many of you here, besides myself, is a Star Wars fan? Be honest. Be honest. Star Wars fan, right?
I mean, I have, the lightsaber and stuff. So
right. Okay. All right. Okay. I bring it up to prove a point. If you played, and I know Saturday, you played the game recently as well, and you said that, oh my God, this is really good. You liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah.
Great. Exactly. Right. Good. And if you are a Star Wars fan and you played this game, okay, it's fucking Star Wars to the T. The storyline has influence from Star Wars. Goblins with the lightning, the cane turning to the dark side. You find out there's an evil arch enemy, the fucking Emperor. Okay, fucking Cecil becoming a paladin. I will never join you. I'm a paladin. It's his story. It's Star Wars. So if you love Star Wars, how the hell can you not love this game if you played this game and shouldn't be on the list? It shouldn't be on the list along the side of Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 3. Out of all the Final Fantasy games, the best two Final Fantasy games ever will always be, and people till this day will probably agree, okay? There's so much, I get it. Final Fantasy 7, woohoo, everybody loves Final Fantasy 7. Blah, 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 cloud.
Not me.
Okay? But when you ask people who love RPGs, and love Final Fantasy, give me the two Final Fantasy games in the entire franchise, the entire series. It's always gonna be Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 2, which is known as 4 and 6. And for me, okay, just on that alone, this game has to be on the fucking list. It has to be. When you think of RPGs on the Super Nintendo, and I know Chrono Trigger guaranteed, we know Final Fantasy. It's a hard debate on other games, but everybody's played. If you played Final Fantasy 2 or Final Fantasy 4, whether you played it now, whether you played it then, okay, you're gonna go, oh my God, what the fuck? This game is great. Proven point.
Yeah.
Saturday played it recently and said it was great. Great.
It is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Leaving.
Right. I would agree. I mean, if we get enough votes, I would be perfectly fine with knocking something more lower ranked, maybe on the list, off the list, and adding Final Fantasy 2 in its place. The story was fantastic. I don't love it as much as I love Final Fantasy 3.
Right,
Final
that's your
Fantasy
favorite.
3 is one of my absolute. It's not just my favorite Final Fantasy game. It's one of my top 5 favorite games ever. It's. I mean, that game has its own. They're so similar but different. The characters in 2 really resonated with me. Um, Specifically Rosa. I love that character. Like such a great character. And Cecil, he, like, his whole arc, like, there's so much character growth in that game that you don't find just in a lot of games from back then. Like, games back then really didn't have characters that grow and develop over time. And that game did.
Okay, so right now, as it stands, Final Fantasy 2 has 3 votes. Okay, I vote, Alvis's vote, Saturday vote. I don't know
I
what
vote for
Seb.
it.
I don't know, Sebi, if you played it or
Yeah.
not.
Never played it.
Fumbles. I don't know if you
Oh,
played it or not.
Kamikaze, I voted for it.
I never played it, but what you said about how you used the analogy with Star Wars, now I'm very curious. So
Definitely you should play it. If
Yeah,
you like Final Fantasy and you like Star Wars, it's
Yes.
Yeah.
it's a must play.
I can say, okay, it's definitely a game I'm going to pick up, and now I want to play it.
Like,
And
I tell
again,
you
I
what.
can't vote for it because I never. What?
Right.
That's fair.
I've got three more things to add to this.
Go
Number
ahead.
one, who played it that did not start to tear up when Palom and Porum like sacrificed themselves?
Of course, it was my first time I
yeah.
cried in a video game.
My jaw was on the floor.
I know. My throat got starting to hurt. You know how it feels when you're about to cry.
I wish
Second-
Kama was here because I know it's very tough because we have very tough. So we have 3 votes and the other 2 can't vote. We're going to have to go into asking chat bunch of these. And the other game was, God, we don't know right now. Diddy Kong 2.
Lexi voted yes.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah. So does it, okay. So let me ask you guys a question right now. Okay. So we can end this
I'll be right
discussion.
back.
Yeah. We'll wait for Galvez right now. But right now we have Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and F-Zero as the ultimate top 10 list. Right? Now, the games that are discussion, okay, still debatable here, okay, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zombie Ate My Neighbors, Contra 3, Final Fantasy 2, which is Final Fantasy 4, so you guys know, and Diddy Kong 2. Okay, Galvez, so did you hear that?
I heard most of it.
Okay, so let me repeat it for Galvez. So right now, the ultimate list so far, the list we have in no particular order, Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, FF3, okay, that's Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, F-Zero. The games that are still questionable, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Zombie Ate My Neighbors, Contra 3, FF2, which is FF4, and Diddy Kong 2. Out of the games that are on the questionable, do we feel that any of these games need to replace the current game list that we have?
The only one I can think of maybe is Final Fantasy 2 or Donkey Kong Country 2. I think
To
we can
replace
take off
what?
Zombies Ate My. I don't really know. F-Zero maybe. It's kind of hard.
I mean, either F-Zero.
We can probably remove Zombies Ate My Neighbors because I think that stronger arguments have been made for a couple other games.
I didn't make an argument for it. I didn't make an argument for Contra. I made most of my arguments were for Teenage Mutant Turtles.
I mean, I think I'm swayed more towards Final Fantasy 2.
Me too.
Than Zombies Ate My Neighbors. So I think that one we can just cut.
Anybody disagree? I mean, I can make an argument for Zombie Ate My Neighbors, but I don't think right now Zombie Ate My Neighbors over the current list that we have.
Right.
Again, which is
I can agree with that.
With Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and F-Zero.
As much as I love Zombies Ate My Neighbors, I'm fine with it being cut.
Zombie Ate My Neighbors, we're cutting.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, Zombie Ate My Neighbors is gone. I could have made an argument, Zombie Ate My Neighbors, but I think I have strong arguments for the other games. Okay.
Can I tell you what I got for my birthday?
What's that?
Oh, happy birthday.
My
Happy
birthday's
birthday,
not till-
Galvez. I didn't know that.
No. My birthday's not till Friday. This just came in there.
Oh.
A friend of mine I was telling you about that I helped their Whatnot store.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice.
Cool.
3D.
3D.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Zombies over F-Zero, though. Eric, I thought about it, but I think there's stronger games on here that I can make an argument that I would replace something to put on the list. So
Yeah, I
that's
would
the
say,
reason why I got rid of Zombie Ate My Neighbors personally as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I would lean into like Final Fantasy over Street Fighter 2.
Ooh.
I can't say that.
I can't say that.
I would.
I would.
Huh? Street Fighter 2 is just so revolutionary fighting game. It's such a great freaking game. And like that's the game where you play with if you're playing a game, if you're playing NES with a friend, or you have friends over, y'all playing Street Fighter, Alpha, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I mean, like I can even say Street Fighter even almost tied or even higher than Killer Instinct, because Street Fighter is just such a staple. I mean, that game still exists, while Killer Instinct.
I haven't played, I haven't played Killer Instinct.
Okay. So that's an interesting one, Sebi. That's an interesting one, and you definitely need to play Killer Instinct. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. I will even it's cheap. Get it? Like if I have get it. Just get it. You like it. Trust me on that one. So we did eliminate zombies. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make an argument for my favorite game before the other ones. If it does get eliminated, we'll just see. Final Fantasy 2 over. Okay. I don't think to get rid of Street Fighter 2, but I will say FF2 over F-Zero.
Yeah, I can agree with that as well.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Final Fantasy over F-Zero.
Final Fantasy 2 over F-Zero. If I had to eliminate or replace a game on this list, I would say I would get rid of F-Zero. As much as I think F-Zero was a good game, F-Zero is no longer a series or a franchise. Where is it? Where's Final Fantasy? Oh, it's still going on. Where's Street Fighter? Street Fighter's still going on. I won't do it to Galvez, but I would even get rid of Mega Man X, because where's Mega Man?
I even to this day, if I'm gonna pick up a game and play it on the Super Nintendo, it's not. I mean, as much as I love F-Zero, it's not gonna be F-Zero.
It's not gonna be F-Zero either.
I can kind of agree to that. I mean, even though I never played it, I mean, it is a Final Fantasy game, JRPG. So I gotta admit, like back when I was a kid, like it wasn't like we were jumping for joy to play F-Zero. So I can kind of agree with that. Moving F-Zero for Final Fantasy. So I can.
So is that 4 votes?
Definitely.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, well then here we go. FF2 gets in replace of. Okay, so FF2.
Yeah. And I want to point this out right now.
Over F-Zero. Okay.
Mega Man X ain't getting cut. Not after I put on the light show, the music, and the costume. No, I did put too much into that.
I just had to throw it in there. Okay.
I vote we cut it, because he said all the nasty things about Genesis.
Okay. All right. The last ones. Okay. Last one. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Contra 3, and Diddy Kong 2. Does anybody feel any of these possibly could get replaced with the ones that we have left?
I feel like we could cut Diddy Kong 2 out.
Yeah.
It'd be a stronger argument for the last two. But the Donkey Kong Country 2, I don't feel like that's really a strong contender.
Donkey Kong Country 2 gone?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because right now, the list, the list goes Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2.
That's actually a solid list.
I'm fine. That list I'm fine with.
Yeah.
All right. So we could get rid of Diddy Kong 2? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, final two for discussion. And then I'm going to open it up to chat and see what chat says before we finalize. And then we'll organize the list. And then we'll organize the list from 10, 9, 8, 7, and so forth. All right. So we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 and Contra 3 left. Anybody want to make an argument to say either one of these need to be replaced?
I would say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over Killer Instinct.
Wow. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
No, I cannot. I cannot.
I don't have an
can't-
opinion.
I can't agree with that because Killer
I'm
Instinct.
going no to that.
Yeah, Killer
Killer
Instinct
Instinct
is.
stays, huh?
Yeah, Killer Instinct is one of the fighting games. Like, if you have a choice to play Killer Instinct or Turtles, you're playing Killer Instinct.
Yeah,
Like, I
I'll
can't
play
see.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I can't see if especially if you have friends over and you like, oh, I'm gonna pop a game in. What game you gonna play?
Look.
Nobody's saying Turtles.
I tell you what. Here's my argument for Killer Instinct, and it's just one simple thing.
Killer
And
Instinct
though
had 4 votes, so I mean,
No,
You know?
I'm just saying the reason for it to not get bumped ever. Killer Instinct is the reason I bought an Xbox One. And if
Yeah.
anybody's willing to buy that shit can of a system for that game, like it must
I
be
didn't
good.
buy it. I didn't buy it for that. And then
Galvis, you're really making me want to get rid of Mega Man now. I'm sorry. you just said Xbox trash of a system. I'm sorry.
The Xbox
Okay,
One,
so
I specified.
I would
love
make
it.
I'll make an argument for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because it was on my list. And as far as to get rid of things, and I'm not doing this because it's Galvus, okay? And I'm not doing this for Galvus.
Don't do it, man.
I you know, out of the list that's here, I can't get rid of Killer Instinct. I kind of agree that Killer Instinct was one of those that translated over from arcade.
Yeah.
And you know, Kama said, you know, it was a mix between that or 7. And I love. Listen, don't hate me. I love, you know, you guys definitely made me love Mega Man. You know, I came, but it didn't come to me. It came to me later on in the you know, life cycle. I didn't grow up with the Mega Mans. I bought Mega Man 1, I bought Mega Man 2 and 3. Now, because it was just Mega Man, I'm like, oh, I heard about this game. Mega Man 1 was extremely hard for me. And it turned me off. And then when I started, like I said, when I started coming to TikTok, I met Galvez, I met Pete and JJ, I met 8-Bit Fits, and I was like, all right, what is this fucking, everybody's playing Mega Man. What am I fucking missing? And once I played Mega Man 2, I fucking loved it. And I was like, oh shit, this is fucking cool. And I played Mega Man. I was like, all right, I'll get Mega Man X. And honestly, I never played much of it. And the time I played it, I just had too much of a difficult time. And it reminded me too much of me trying to go back and play like Mega Man 1. You know, for me, I Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I could pick up, you know, the skill level. You don't need to be an expert. My kid can play it. Anybody can play it, you know, and just beat them up and have time. You don't need to be an expert to play the game. I do believe you need to have some kind of, you know, better playing skills personally. But again, we're not talking difficult level. It's just the fact that I think anybody could play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over, you know, than Mega Man. That's just, again, and I'm not picking on you, Galvez, at all. But I don't think anybody's gonna agree with me. I don't think anybody is probably gonna agree with me. But I will replace Mega Man X with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It did have 3 votes. I don't know if anybody's gonna change their mind. You guys, let me know.
Not for Mega Man X.
I don't know because you know he did say some nasty things about the Sega. So I don't know. Mikey kind of sold. Mikey, you know, you should sell cars.
I'll give you this, Fumbles. I'll give you this. Have you played Hyperstone Heist on the Sega Genesis?
No.
No. Okay, so I can't even help you.
I don't have an opinion on Mega Man
You're not
X.
helping me here.
I'm not. I don't have an opinion on Mega Man X because I haven't played it, and that's the only reason why is because I have not played it. You know, I have played Turtles in Time. It is fun.
But I am going to stick with my original thing and say I am going to stick with Mega Man X because even though Turtles in Time seemed like a decent game, Mega Man X just brought so much detail and so much in depth into the game. And
Well,
mind,
yeah, and I
again,
understand what it did for the series.
yeah. I'm
Okay,
getting
so nobody's changing minds with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is out.
It's out.
Is that what we're saying? I can't
Yeah.
believe Teenage Mutant Ninja. Personally, I just can't believe that didn't make anybody the list, which is kind of weird. But I'll leave it at
would
that.
have
And
to-
Galvis, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude or mean. I have Mega Man X.
No.
Okay, I just
It'll be better.
yeah, you know, I just
It can
haven't
make top
played it
15.
enough. Honestly, I haven't played it enough compared to the other Mega Man games. Like if you said Mega Man 2 and we were doing a Mega Man NES list, I would
Yeah.
fight tooth and nail to say Mega Man 2 is one of the best Mega Mans because I played enough.
agree
I
with
love
that.
it. I love it.
Yeah, I
you
like
know,
it too.
I haven't played Mega Man X. I own it, and I'm gonna do this to see if this, later on, I'm gonna play it and I because it's your favorite game. I want to
I'll
get
play it
better
too.
at it. I do. I want to get better at it and stuff like that. Now, the last game for discussion is Contra 3. We have one left here.
Yeah.
Guys, Contra 3. Does it replace any of the games we currently have?
for me.
Super Mario World,
No.
Legend of Zelda,
No.
Super Metroid,
Not for us.
Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2. Does it get replaced?
No.
No, unfortunately.
No?
There's too many great games on that list. So I mean,
Yeah.
it makes it too
Nope,
difficult.
I'm happy with the list the way it is.
I listen. I like it. If F-Zero was on the list still, I would say get rid of F-Zero and put Contra 3 on there. But F-Zero is no longer on the list, and I can't get rid of Castlevania 4. I can't get rid of Mega Man X. Okay, I can make the argument for Mega Man X again because again I played Contra 3 more than Mega Man X, but nobody's going to agree with me. So I'll be just wasting my fucking breath. And again, that's the only reason I would say Contra 3 over, and I would place Mega Man X. But again, nobody's going to agree with me. Am I right?
Metro
Right.
Prime's on the list, right?
No, Super Metroid's on
Super
the list.
Metroid?
Yeah, Super Metroid. So I would say Super Metroid over.
No fucking way. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody's going to agree
No
with that.
way.
I'm saying it. I'm throwing on the glutton. I feel like
I don't even think chat would agree with you. Super Metroid
No.
happens to be the best Metroid in the fucking series. No way,
It's
no
one
way,
of the best
no
games
way,
ever.
no way. We got more
Come
no
on.
ways. How many no ways? Oh, look at that. No way, no way, no way,
There's
no
a
way.
reason
Super
It's not
Metroid.
happening.
The reason
Super
the
Metroid?
genre is called Metroidvania.
Super
Yeah.
Metroid,
Wow.
yes. I was literally just wearing the shirt this morning that from
She
Super
was.
Metroid.
I saw it. I
freaking
saw it.
love that game.
Hell no, 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 no.
I will
No, it's
fight,
not happening.
I will fight for Super Metroid personally.
Yeah.
That game is fantastic.
Contra 3, guys. I'm sorry. Again, I would fight for it over MMX because I played more Contra 3 over MMX, but I can't replace it. I can't take any other game out there. And again, it's not
Yeah.
me picking on Galris because I love Galris. Okay.
I know.
It's just I haven't
feel
played
betrayed.
enough Mega Man X. I haven't played enough Mega Man X. Okay, guys.
Pick on
Yeah.
Gal.
So we
I'm
have no
happy.
more games to discuss. We have no more games to discuss.
No.
But I will put the list to the chat. Chat, you guys tell me if you guys think we should replace any of the games, and then we can open up the discussion. We'll do it from chat and stuff like that. If chat says this is the list, no changes need to be made, we will then proceed to organizing the list from 10 to 1. Fair?
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so guys, on the list, guys, chat only. Okay, chat. We have a lot of people in chat.
Okay.
We have a lot of people in chat. Super
Yeah.
On that
Mario
note,
World.
I'll be right back.
Sure. Chat, Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2. Is that 10 or more? Wait. 1, 2,
That's
3,
10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10.
Yep.
Pat, do you agree with the list, or do you think a game on this list needs to be replaced with another game? And I'll get chat time to respond.
Add Contra 3.
I mean, hey, people can make an argument in chat to say, hey, look, you know what? I want to get rid of something. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should get rid of any of the games and replace it with a game on the list so far?
Well, I'm seeing in chat that someone loves Mega Man X. I think that's staying.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Someone says I think FF2 should be replaced with Yoshi's Island. I don't agree, but I don't think anybody's going to make an argument for that. Contra 3 on here. My argument. What Fumble seems cool, so I'm on his side. What would you replace it with, Eric?
So, Goblins, while you wait, I got a question. What's your hate towards the Genesis?
I don't have hate for the Genesis.
There's no hate towards the Genesis.
Oh.
I have a Sega CD right over here.
Oh.
Like I love my Genesis. That's just like there's certain games that I believe are better on Genesis, certain games that are better on Super
let's see. Mega Man X is up there already, and so is Zelda. So you can't replace something with something that's up there. No Punch Out. Wow, that's an argument. Holy cow, that is true. No Punch Out. Super Punch Out wasn't on anybody's list. No. That's interesting.
That's because everybody plays the original Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah.
People other than Josh Holland plays Josh Holland Retro. He's the only one that, and he speed runs, Super Punch Out.
Yeah.
He's saying Super Punch Out over Killer Instinct. No, Derek, I can't do that. I can't do that. Super Punch Out wasn't as good as the original. Drunk is one of my moderators, guys. Drunk is one of my moderators. So is Lexi. Thank you, moderators, for being here and stuff like that, controlling chat and stuff. What do you guys think of the list so far? We have, you know what? Why don't I just put the list up here? Okay. So I could get rid of my games. And I will throw the list up here. And this way you guys can see it if I can. I don't know. Go to I could throw it. Share. No, I can't do share screen. Okay, but I'll re-say it again. I'll re-say it again for those that to see. Yeah, I wish I could throw the list, but for some reason I can't get text on here. If I could get text on here, that would be great. But currently, the list. Okay, guys, the list: Super Mario World. Okay, Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy III, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2. That's the list, chat. Again, it's got to be more than one person saying it in chat to say, hey, look, get rid of something and let's replace it with that. So chat, tell me, what do you guys think? They're both on the list. Why we can't replace the game with the same game? They're both on the list. I think the game is diverse. We got platformers, we got fighting games, we got RPGs, we got adventure games. I'm so lost. No sports games, because sports games on the we come to determine that sports games on the SNES are not as good as they are on the Sega Genesis.
We did not.
Not one person had a sports game. I think somebody did say NBA Jam, but it got shut down pretty quickly.
I mean, Mario Kart's a racing game. It's a sports game.
Like, I would have gone with Madden 94 on the Super Nintendo also, but figured nobody bothered.
Right. A lot of people will say FF3 is a better game. Yes, that's true, but so is fucking Chrono Trigger.
I feel like Jam was better on the Genesis. Like especially the
Jam was great on the Genesis. And no, there's no Pokemon on Super Nintendo.
Well, if you have the Super Game Boy.
But we're not talking about Game Boy games now. Jesus Christmas here. All right, so I don't think it doesn't look like, honestly, it doesn't look like any of these games are going to be replaced with any other games on the Super Nintendo. Again, I know some people just joined and stuff like that. So for those that just joined, I know Maven just joined, which is Shop Us and TikTok Shop. Just to be careful. All right, so we got Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy III, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2. Again, chat, we're giving you the option to speak your mind because I like to get people involved. Okay, why call Zelda if you play? I don't know. That question's that sounds like a solid list. It's a solid list. Okay, so I think we're in agreement. Derek, Final Fantasy 2. What would you replace it with? That's the question. What would you replace that with? What would you replace that with? Because we fought tooth and nail to get that on there, and that's my favorite game. I'm gonna fight for it forever. Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time. You know what? We discussed Turtles in Time, and it got eliminated. As much as I like to. No, I'm not putting. No, I don't think anybody's gonna put Super Mario RPG over Final Fantasy. It wasn't. I don't even think it was on Sebi's list. It wasn't even on Sebi's list, and that's his favorite game.
Yeah.
Turtles in Time over Final Fantasy 2. We got two people that says Turtles in Time over Final Fantasy 2, but Final Fantasy 2, Turtles in Time got cut over Final Fantasy 2. Thomas back. Yep. Thomas back. Thomas, welcome back.
Okay, so what did I miss?
So we came up with a list. We got a list that we went over and discussed the games that were on the list. I opened it to chat to see if before we finalize the top 10 list and then organize it. As it stands right now, so far the list that after the discussion, okay, we currently have Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Killer Instinct, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2. Those are that is the list that currently is there. We haven't, organized the list from 10 to 1, and then I opened it to chat to see. We discussed all the games that were there, from Zombies to F-Zero to Contra to Turtles to Diddy Kong 2 and so forth. And that's the list that we personally came up with and made arguments for. And chat now, I asked chat to tell me what they think, but most of what chat's saying to replace it with is already on the list. Like, you can't replace a game that's on the list with a game that's on the list. So that's where we're at right now.
Right. I mean, I'm late for this, but the only game that I would say, but with the list we have, like, I'm okay with it. But the only one I would argue, but I have no room to say anything, is Final Fantasy 2, right? But it's already, this is a top 10 list. It's already made, so therefore I'm okay with it.
I mean, one argument in chat is there are 2 games from the same franchise on the list.
So.
But it's there for a reason.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. If we could have said, Super Mario World, then, Yoshi's Island, or if it was, I don't know. I mean,
Castlevania 4 and Castlevania Dracula X.
Yeah, we could have done that. We could have done that too, but I'm not going to put Dracula X on there. No. I love Dracula X. Don't get me wrong. I love Dracula X.
Way too inferior to Rondo of Blood. Way too inferior to Rondo of Blood.
We discussed Donkey Kong, Eric. We discussed Donkey Kong Country extensively. And then after we discussed it, we eliminated it. And we discussed Kirby, which we discussed Kirby. I mean, we pretty much discussed every game that I mean, honestly, those are all honorable mentions. Kirby, Zombie Ate My Neighbors. We discussed Turtles. I'm a little shocked Turtles didn't make the list, but I have to accept it. And stuff like that.
Huh? It is.
It was a close call.
It was a lot of these. Believe it or not, if you guys go back and watch, a lot of these were very close calls. I also believe it should be on the list. But what would you replace Turtles with? That was the question. And the only argument I came up with was was Mega Man X. But I don't think anybody's going to replace Turtles with Mega Man X.
No.
I can't. No. Even being a huge Turtles fan, right? But honestly, I'd have to say that the lore and the amount of games compared to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Mega Man, Mega Man takes it.
Right, and the only reason, and probably the only reason, is because like I mentioned earlier in the conversation, I just didn't play Mega Man X enough to give it, to say, hey, But I mean,
Right.
it's Galves's favorite game. He's gonna fight tooth and nail. Final Fantasy 2 is my favorite game. I'm gonna fight tooth and nail. And Galvez put my favorite game up there as well. I had it on my list originally. Okay. And I'm not going to get rid of Final Fantasy 2 in replacement of Turtles in Time. I just can't do it. I personally can't do it. So I would, not vote for it personally.
All right, so we want to get
We want to organize the list now. All right, so
let's do it.
Let's organize the list from 10 to 1. Out of these games, what do you guys feel that should be the bottom of the list? We have Super Mario World, Legend of Zelda, Link to. Okay, let's put it this way: the top 2 games that they're going to take the top 2 spots are going to be Chrono Trigger and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, because both of those games did have 5 votes. 5 votes each.
Yeah,
5 votes each. So
I can agree to that.
One of those two is taking the top spot. So we're not. We can't put Chrono Trigger and stuff like that, or a Link to the Past. All right, so let's do this. One. Okay, let me just do this.
1 and 2 have been picked already. There's no question.
Yeah, I think 1 and 2 have been picked already. So
I gotta go. I'm gonna start this number 10. Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct, number 10.
I can agree with that. I can
agree with that as well.
I gotta go number 10 is Killer Instinct.
I give you that.
As much as I do love Killer Instinct, I mean, it's not a game that I'm overly good at, but I do love the game itself.
Yeah, it won't see a top 10, so I give it. I give it a 10.
So Killer Instinct, guys. Killer Instinct at number 10. Are we all in agreement?
Yeah.
Unanimous?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I could agree with that. I'm putting Killer Instinct, guys, at number 10. At number 9. Okay.
Ooh.
This is where number 9 is going to become a little tough. I mean, thank you for the hearts. Thank you guys for the gifts, by the way. At number 9, so the games that are left are Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2.
We already picked Chrono Trigger and Legend of Zelda as 1 and 2.
Right. Chrono Trigger and Legend of Zelda are going to be the top 2.
We leave them alone.
We leave them alone. Right. We're not touching those. Right. So Super Mario, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X, and Final Fantasy 2. I could kick this one off if you guys want. I don't know, or does somebody have something already at number 9? Because I have an idea what I would put number 9 at. Out of the rest of this list, I have an idea.
I would say one of the Final Fantasies.
Yeah, I was actually going to say the same thing because we got
exactly.
Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah,
I was actually going to put Street Fighter there.
Yeah, I was going to say Street Fighter.
Street Fighter is an epic game. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be even in the top 4, but it's high.
So these were my picks. I was going to either put Street Fighter 2 or Mega Man X, just for the simple fact that Street Fighter 2 is just another fighting game. And Mega Man X, again, I just didn't play enough of it.
Well,
yeah, I had Mega Man X down there just for that reason as well. At number 9.
See,
no, I'm going Final Fantasy 2. It's only because if we're gonna have two of the games of the same franchise, right? Obviously, one's gonna be better than the other.
I'm with Kama on this one.
I can be fine. I can be fine with that.
We can't put one genre together on the list.
Okay, so we're putting FF2 at number 9.
Yeah.
Okay. FF2 at number 9. Okay. Listen, no problem. I would have fought harder, but hey, look, whatever. Okay, at number 8. So we took FF2 at number 8. Okay. Listen.
I would say number 8. I would say either Metroid or Castlevania.
No fucking way.
No.
I would say Street Fighter.
No.
I'm gonna either say either. I'm gonna say either Mega Man X or Street Fighter goes at the number 8
I
spot.
agree with Mikey on this one.
I would
I'm
say
going
Metroid.
out of those two. Honestly, out of those two, I'd have to go Mega Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I would say
I'd have to go
Metroid.
Mega Man. Out of those two,
Right. So for okay, just to reiterate what we have left, we have Mario, we have Metroid, we have Castlevania, Street Fighter 2, and Mega Man X, because we know the first 2 spots are either going to Chrono Trigger and Legend of Zelda. Okay.
I'm about to make some enemies.
Okay, so I think it's either Street Fighter 2 or Mega Man X going at the number 8 spot.
I agree.
So you got that's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys think Mega Man X or Street Fighter 2 or a different game?
I'm going Mega Man X.
Mega Man X, Mega Man X.
I think, yeah,
Street
Mega
Fighter
Man
2.
X. I'm fine with
Mega Man
it.
X. Yes, is that what we're saying?
No, that's not what we're saying.
Gal is going to fight this. I know he is.
Yeah, I'm fighting it right now.
We can do
Hey,
Street
listen,
Fighter.
I didn't fight that hard for FF2, okay?
I fought for you, fucker.
I fought hard to get it on the list.
I
I
fought
would
for
be
you.
I agree with the masses.
You know what?
I would be fine with Street
here's my-
Fighter. I would be fine with Street Fighter below Mega Man. I would be fine with that.
Well, my
With
thing
Street
is,
Fighter
the
at number
only-
8 and Mega Man at number 7.
The
Here's
only
the
reason
thing.
I'm saying Mega Man X is because I'm just trying to think. I mean, both are Capcom games, which is freaking amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But Street Fighter 2 revolutionized the fighting games.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with
That
you,
is the reason I am only putting that over Mega Man X.
comma.
Only
I
reason.
didn't say Street Fighter. That's a different game.
And I hate to say this, but Street Fighter is still going strong. I don't see no Mega Man games coming out no time soon.
Mega
The
Man
game
11. And-
this is where I make enemies because I would have to put Castlevania like at the 8 spot. Not
No way. No, I just can't agree with that. I think Castlevania definitely deserves to be put higher on the list. I think out of the ones that are left, I'll even put an argument to put Super Mario World on the number 8 spot. Okay, over the ones that are currently left. Okay, because I think Castlevania is stronger. I think Street Fighter MX, Mega Man X, and Super Mario World. I think those are the ones that I think are lower than the ones we currently have right now.
If we were just talking about purely Mega Man X versus Street Fighter, I think Street Fighter is more accessible to people.
Right.
Yeah.
No argument.
I'll agree.
You know,
Yeah.
I that's the only reason why, and I would put Mega Man X below Street Fighter. That's the only reason.
Whenever we
I gotta
started
go.
doing,
I'm gonna
What?
say. I'm just gonna say for what I believe it would be Mega Man X and then Street Fighter.
I think so too.
That's what I was
agree.
gonna do. That's just what my opinion was. I was gonna put Mega Man
I
X,
personally agree
then
with
Street
that.
Fighter at number 7. So I would put Mega Man X at 8, and then Street Fighter at 7 personally.
see,
Personally.
on a personal level, Mega Man X. By the way, I know y'all are thinking I'm trying to push for number 1. I was actually pushing for Mega Man X to be number 7 because that's where I saw it on this list.
So okay, so you're saying so
get
it's not much different than what you're saying. Okay, it's not much different than what you're saying. Okay, so 7 and 8. Again, the reason is I didn't play Mega Man 8 enough. That's why I would put that at 8. I've played more Street Fighter in my time, you know, and stuff like that. That's why I would put Street Fighter over Mega Man X. I can't put Castlevania 4 or Super Metroid. I would even put Super Mario World in the later brackets. I don't see that making the top, top list.
I would say we should just put. Sorry, I would just say we should just put Super Mario World in that spot, and then we argue for.
I don't agree with
no,
that.
people are not going to agree with that, and I don't agree with that. But I would. But I think
I'll take the hit here. I'll say Street Fighter 2, Mega Man X. I'll take the hit here.
Well,
I could be fine with that, but
I could be fine with that.
The other reason I said Castlevania was because it's a straightforward action game. You go level by level. Whereas
we fought tooth and nail, making it the best game out of the two, out of all the Castlevania games. We said exactly that, that it came Symphony of the Night and Castlevania 4. Can everybody say, okay? Even Kama said Okay, it was a toss up between Mega Man X and Mega Man 7, and he prefers the numbered series. And I think a lot of us prefer the number series. I don't know. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. The number series over the X series, and that's the only reason. That's the only reason. No, personally.
How about this? I'll just be happy with the 8th spot since there were at least 2 people gunning to get rid of Mega Man X. So I'll just be happy with my 8th spot.
Yeah, I was gunning to get rid of it for some of the other ones. Like,
y'all are gunning to get rid of it. That's what you 2 get.
Mega Man, all right, Mega Man X, and then Street Fighter 2.
Is that we agreement, or is it Street Fighter Mega Man X? You guys tell me.
No.
No, it's Mega Man X.
It's Mega Man X, then Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, Mega Man X, then Street Fighter. Okay, let me just
get my next pick. I got my next pick, and we're gonna start
Bubbles
arguing.
did make a great point.
I have my next pick as well.
Games.
Actually, you know what's funny is for me, I had actually Super Mario World in between Street Fighter 2 and Mega Man X.
Wow, yeah, that could have been. That could have been
with that.
So wait a second. Should we put okay, so hold on. We know Mega Man X is on the 8th spot. We're done. We're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight that. Okay.
I'm done fighting.
We made the assumption that Street Fighter 2 should go in the 7th spot. Should Super Mario World go in the 7th spot instead of Street Fighter?
Yes, 100%.
No, Sabby, no.
Yes, I'm also with yes.
Yes.
Wait a second.
I'm with the Sega guy here.
Okay, so wait a second. It's a split decision?
I feel betrayed now. I thought Karma. I thought we was on the same team.
Wait a second. How many people think that?
Things, but not that one.
Show of hands. How many think Super Mario World should take the 7th spot over Street Fighter?
And see, this is where I was torn because I was torn between those two. So
I'm gonna leave Street Fighter where I'm on that. I think Mario World needs to be higher. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm going with the rest of the crowd. So right now, okay, just to reiterate what we have left. Okay. So right now, the number 10, Killer Instinct, Final Fantasy 2 at number 9. Number 8, we have Mega Man X. Number 7, we have Street Fighter 2. The other ones we have are Super Mario World, Super Metroid, FF3, and Castlevania 4. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys think out of those? Who gets the number 6 spot?
Metroid.
Castlevania 4.
I was actually thinking that too. I was thinking Metroid.
Yeah.
I think Super Metroid needs to be higher.
Higher, yeah.
I would put Super Metroid above Super Mario World.
Yeah, me too.
I could see why, but I don't agree with it.
I think Metroid should be. That's the perfect spot for it on the list because
I think
he personally. Okay, if you guys want, I mean, look, personally,
I'm with Drunken.
I'm with Drunken too. I think Metroid definitely deserves to be in the top 5 list. Okay, I would put Super Mario World right now on the number 6 spot, and then
not me.
No.
So
I would put Castlevania 4.
Here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Besides Super Metroid, if you want to keep, I'll say, okay, if we want Super Metroid number 5 or like 5 and up, fine. Number 6, then Final Fantasy 3.
Nope. Nope. That's top 3 for me.
That's
interesting.
Nope.
That's interesting, but
that's interesting. I actually can see that.
That deserves to be in the top 5. I'd put Super Mario World before I would put Final Fantasy 3.
I will put
Super Metroid before Final Fantasy 3.
If you think, NES games, usually the top 5, you're always going to either have a Mario or a Metroid. Final Fantasy is not really on that list. That's actually a good spot for it. It could be on the top 10.
I don't agree with you. Nope. Final Fantasy 3 needs to be higher. I would put any other game besides the top 2. I would put any other game below.
All right. Then again, I'll take the hit. Super Castlevania. I'll take the hit.
That was my pick.
I will take the hit. I will take the hit for it. I will say Super Castlevania 4. I don't agree with it, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm just
going to do it to move things along.
I still think Castlevania 4 could be higher, but I'm looking at the rest of the list. For me it would be between, okay, if I'm honestly, it would be between Mario, Castlevania 4, and Super Metroid. Okay, those are the
Yeah,
three that
me too.
obviously that I would put at the number 6 spot. Okay, and I still feel that Super Mario World goes on the number 6 spot personally. But if you guys disagree, then you guys again, what are we are we deciding one of the other two?
Alright,
I'm
I'll
okay
say
with.
I'm so okay with Super Castlevania 4 there.
Castlevania
Yeah.
4. What do you guys think? Is
I'm
that what we're doing? Castlevania 4 at number 6?
We'll do
Castlevania.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can agree with
Castlevania
you.
4. Okay, CV4 goes at number 6.
We're already making.
I
enemies
thought
in
that would be
chat,
higher,
by the
but
way.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Listen, it is what it is. Okay,
Mikey,
at number 5, we
Before that,
have
Super Mario World.
Super Mario
Yeah.
World, Super Metroid, and Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 3.
Super
I'll
Mario
take
Super
World.
Mario World.
Super Mario World.
I'll have to go there.
Super Mario World.
Super
split
Mario
split.
World at number 5?
Over
Yeah.
Metroid?
Yeah.
Over
Over
Metroid?
Metroid.
Yeah, over
Over
Metroid.
Metroid?
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Metroid's just superior.
Yeah.
Super
Mm.
Mario, I don't
You
think
guys
there's an
check out
argument
the
here. I think
windows
Super
for a
Mario
second?
World is going to number 5.
I think Metroid should be there, but I'm
Okay.
outnumbered.
Could each of you check out of your windows for a moment? Because I think the chat has pitchforks.
Yeah, well,
Uh-oh.
6 what? Castlevania. Reese, look, Reese, I love Castlevania 4, and I was fighting for it. I was trying to put Super Mario World on there, but you know, listen, I got overruled, and sometimes you get overruled. But it is what it is, okay? I mean, we'll go over the list after it's done to make sure
I'm
that
gonna be
everybody's in
getting some
agreement. Okay,
messages,
at
I
number
guess.
4, at number 4,
Prime
okay,
Metroid
at number
Prime.
4, I
Super
have to
Metroid.
say, huh?
Metroid.
Actually,
No.
no. Final Fantasy actually should be there because
I think Final Fantasy 3, as much as I love it, I love it. But I think
I would put Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
3
3
number 4.
goes on that spot.
I
Yes.
agree.
Yeah, the number 4 spot.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Anybody
re-
disagree?
Me, but I can.
You're,
I can
you're
deal with it.
overruled. I think it's all 5
I
of us
can
were
deal
saying
with
that.
it. Yeah.
Guys, yes? Is
So
that
there-
what's
I
going
have
on?
Yeah.
Big Fan X.
Wait a second. I just want to make sure. Is Final Fantasy 3 going in the 4th spot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So now we have our entire list except 1 and 2.
Well, we have our final list. So Final Fantasy 3 is going in the 4th spot. At
Yep.
number 3, it's Super Metroid because that's all that's left.
Yeah.
And now we
Okay,
gotta-
that's
now
all
it's-
that's
now it's
left.
time for- now
Now it's time for the
these
fucking
two
debate of
juggernauts.
all debates.
Oh,
Now
Yep.
it's time for the debates of all the debates. Guys, it's
I'm
going to get
going-
heated. Go get your coffee because it's going to be a fucking long night. Okay? Let's fucking go. The two top games
I have an
are
opinion.
Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, and Chrono Trigger. Make your
Can we let-
let's do
Saturn.
this so we don't talk
Saturn.
over each other. Hold on.
Saturn. Saturn
Saturn.
first.
Make your arguments. I'm not going to make this argument first because I compose myself. Fumbles. Have you played either one of
Saturn said
these?
she was going first.
Go ahead.
Saturn
Go
said she
ahead.
was
Go
going
ahead.
first.
Oh, sorry. Ladies first. That's right. Ladies first. Go ahead.
Okay. As much as I love A Link to the Past, I love that game so much. It revolutionized the Zelda series. But I think Chrono Trigger did more for JRPGs than A Link to the Past did for Zelda.
I was not expecting that at all.
No.
Excuse me, I'm having to hold my jaw back up. Like, what the
Right.
fuck?
I'm sorry,
You
but
really-
I love because after A Link to the Past, the series went in a different direction.
And?
But Chrono Trigger did so much for JRPGs, like the whole time travel thing. You know, I mean, A Link to the Past, I love it. I'm a huge Zelda fan. You guys all know I am a huge Zelda fan.
I don't know.
I can't say that.
I don't know. I'm
I
saying
can't-
that
you
hate
know,
Nintendo.
Link is crying in the corner
Okay,
now.
okay. Look. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is my favorite Zelda game of all time. Over Breath of the Wild,
It's one of mine.
over Majora's Mask, over everything. Over everything. Link to the Past is my favorite Zelda game. My favorite RPG is Final Fantasy 2, which is number fucking 9. Okay? Okay? But Chrono goddamn Trigger, okay? And when anybody talks about what is the best RPG of all time, Chrono Trigger gets tossed into the discussion. What is the best Zelda
Yep.
game of all time? Oh, Majora's Mask. Oh, Link to the Past. Oh, Breath of the Wild. Oh,
Ocarina
this.
of Time.
All that.
Ocarina of Time.
Nobody says.
Wind Waker.
Nobody says that Chrono Trigger is not the best RPG game of all time, or what? It's always in the conversation as the best RPG.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, as much as I love it, I think should go in the second spot, and Chrono Trigger go in the
Yeah,
first
I
spot
agree.
because
No,
Chrono
I got
Trigger
one thing.
always gets
I-
the
I-
discussion.
It breaks my heart to say
No.
it, but
I gotta
I mean,
say-
as much as I hate to say it, and I love Link to the Past, it's my favorite Zelda game. But I think Chrono Trigger takes the first spot.
I'm
I
totally
don't
not
agree with it.
gonna
I don't.
can't
Okay,
even-
okay. Let me hear the rebuttals. I want to hear why.
Well,
So didn't Final Fantasy do the whole time travel thing first before Chrono Trigger?
No,
no.
Yes.
No.
In the original Final Fantasy, as soon at the beginning of the game, as soon as you beat the boss, like it's because the same boss you fought at the beginning.
it
you
wasn't
basically
time
used
travel.
not
It
the
wasn't
same.
time travel. It wasn't the same.
Chrono Trigger has multiple endings.
Okay, and
Mega Man X3
I mean,
has multiple
I don't see
endings.
that as
What's
like
your
I don't
point?
see that as like a. I mean, like a lot of games before Chrono Trigger had multiple endings.
well, I gotta say is one series is still alive and well, and the other series, the last game it was on the Super Nintendo.
No,
Wait, but-
no,
but-
you're-
but-
no,
but-
no,
it was on
no,
the
no, no, you're
PlayStation.
thinking Chrono Cross.
Oh, it was on the
Chrono Cross
PlayStation?
was
Oh,
on
It was on
Yeah, you're right.
PlayStation.
I totally forgot
And what's
about that
that? Are they remaking Zelda? I didn't hear anything about Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past being remade, but we heard remakes of Chrono Trigger, and everybody went, "Holy shit! Holy shit!"
That
I
was
didn't hear
officially
anything about
announced?
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past being remade.
Was Chrono Trigger officially announced? The remake, was it officially announced?
It was leaked
No.
at the convention in Italy. Okay, so there we
It's
go.
not official. It's not official yet.
Leaks are very hit or miss. Like they had the whole league about Oblivion being remade. No, but there was not an official. Right, I kept seeing on my phone that Oblivion was being
But
remade, and then
I'm just saying that was the reaction from fans over that announcement, over that, was huge. We don't hear anything about A Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. People want Majora's Mask remastered. People want Ocarina of Time remastered. Okay, I just don't hear people in the discussion talking about Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Now, again, it's just the argument that I bring up, and I don't think anyone's really hearing me. I'll restate it in the conversation, and tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong. In the conversation, when it comes to the Legend of Zelda, as far as the best Legend of Zelda game, the people cannot decide. Okay, and it's always Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. Okay, we hear Link to the Past. We hear Twilight Princess even, and then some people, weird people would say Wind Waker. Okay, there's no definitive like debate or discussion about which Zelda is the best. And I'm not saying that it's not in the conversation, but Chrono Trigger, when discussing JRPGs or RPGs in general, is always 100% in the conversation. Okay, in the conversation. Now, again, it's not my it's not my personal favorite. I have a huge attachment to Final Fantasy. But if it wasn't for, if it ain't Final Fantasy, and Dragon Quest is my favorite series, and I'm putting this game over both Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy out of the whole series. This by far is probably I'm saying it is the best RPG to play. And when people ask, hey, what RPG should I play? What gets recommended 9 out of 10 times? Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger. What does chat
No,
think?
not Final Fantasy and not Dragon Quest. Let me remind you, not Final Fantasy and not Dragon Quest. People say, dude, have you played Chrono Trigger yet? No. Oh my God, play Chrono Trigger.
I'm curious to see what chat thinks.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what chat thinks. I think chat's gonna go with Zelda, but
But here is my argument though when it comes to that. Like a lot of people know, obviously they know Zelda without a question, and everybody can agree with that, right? But how many people know about Chrono Trigger?
a lot.
Now, and allow me to elaborate, right? now the SNES does have a big slew of RPGs, right? You got Chrono Trigger, you got a Super Mario RPG, you got Secret of Mana, you got Final Fantasy 2 and 3, right? But and each of those games have like their own specific story, blah 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 blah. But how beloved, right, is yes Chrono Trigger, but how beloved is A Link to the Past? Such a beloved game that like
Yeah.
even with
Mhm.
the even with the newer games, as you said, Mikey, right, on which one's their favorite, it's up there to where people cannot decide because the game is that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, and also I think chat is also mixed in this. We definitely have
Yeah.
chat definitely mixed on this discussion. I knew this would be. It's like you could
Yeah.
throw a coin toss and be like, all right, which one's number one, which one's number two.
Yeah.
I would be fine personally with Zelda at number 1 because I know what A Link to the Past did. I mean, like I said, Zelda is my absolute favorite series. I've played all the games.
A lot of people are mixed. How about we do this? I want to get we have 13 people in the chat. Okay? 13 people in the chat. Let's do a poll in the chat real quick. Okay, chat, listen up, chat, please. Okay. Chat, if you want Zelda as number 1, do number 1 and put number 1. If you want Chrono Trigger at number 1, put number 2. So Chrono 2, Zelda 1, type in your answer in chat. 2,
The tough thing is with this one, man, is that like
2,
regardless, right? Whether
1,
it's
1,
Chrono 1 or
1.
Link 1,
Galvis, you don't
right?
count.
What I'm saying is that it's a definitive. It's definitive that there's no way that you could ever move any game in the SNES library to
Yeah.
go up against those two and expect it to
Yeah.
beat any of them. Those two
Yeah.
games, no, you cannot beat them.
I can't.
Yeah.
But
And that's
also you're like
Okay, so
comparing.
this is an interesting. You know what? This is an interesting. We could go into sales. While Dragon Quest IV was the top selling RPG, Chrono Trigger was in a close second. So it was the second best selling RPG. Where does John? Can you do me a favor? Can you go and find out where Zelda landed? Link to the Past. I'm just curious now because he bought that. He
Yeah.
bought that.
But like when you're comparing JRPGs and action adventures, you're saying that Chrono Trigger is the best JRPG out there. But then when you're comparing for Zelda, you're only comparing within the Zelda series.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's the thing that sucks about doing the top two.
Yeah.
The top two,
I mean,
and you know what?
it's
It's
all
literally
subjective.
split in chat. It's
There's a
literally
lot-
split in chat as well.
There's a lot of action adventures out there. Zelda's
Yes.
number 1.
I am
all
fine with. I am fine with Zelda being 1. Like I said, I love it. You know,
I got a solution. I got a solution. Who says both of them can be in a number 1 and we find another spot for number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, 10? We did get we did eliminate.
All right, so why don't we do this?
Whoa.
Why don't we do this? Right? Why don't we move everything up? Right? Move everything up 1. So this way, Legend of Zelda and Chrono Trigger are number 1, and then number 10 is the
Right,
open
exactly.
spot.
We find another.
Yeah, I
we
like
find
that.
it.
Okay,
We
I
find
can
another.
agree.
So what-
Listen,
so out of-
we can all agree that these two are the top best, and chat says that. Hey, this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, and this could go back and forth, back and forth, back. They both could be hours.
Yeah.
Both of these games deserve to be the number 1 spot. Why do we have to pick? It's our fucking list. We do whatever the fuck we want.
Yep.
Fair?
Okay.
All right, so what game are we gonna bring back to be number
That's
10?
Here we go again.
Take out Contra.
I think personally,
It's Turtle or Contra.
I think
Oh,
no, I
F-Zero.
thought it was Turtles and F-Zero. It was
Yeah.
between Turtles and F-Zero.
You know what? I have to go. I have to do this only because I have a slight bias for it. F-Zero.
F-Zero right here also.
F-Zero
I'm
over
fine
have
with
to
it.
go
Yes,
F-Zero, only because-
F-Zero.
Yeah.
One, the OG racing game for the SNES. That's number 1. Number 2, I have some very good memories of that game, especially playing on Deathwind. Right. And that song still kicks in my head. Big Blue, Mute City. Right. Absolutely love them. Right.
I vote
Yes.
I vote F-Zero
I
as
gotta go
well.
F-Zero.
I'll vote F-Zero
and
too.
then it is so
Right.
close with Turtles in Time. It is so close.
Okay,
We
hold
got
on.
F-Zero.
I'm just
Game.
fixing the list.
And by the way, I want to point this out now. Like this puts Mega Man X right at where I predicted earlier at
7.
7. Yeah,
You,
finally,
Galvez.
bitches.
Hey, put
Fuck you,
Castlevania in the top
Galvez.
5. I'm happy with
Hey,
that.
listen. At least mine wasn't not number 9 now, okay? And that moves Super Metroid at number 2, which is
Castlevania
okay.
4 is now in the
You
top
guys,
5.
you
I'm okay with
guys,
that.
and Castlevania is in the top 4. All right, I think the list is starting to look a little crazy here.
Better. A little better, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
better.
I like it.
Oh God.
Yeah, I do too.
Nobody
All right,
said
so
no.
I'm happy.
I'm sorry. SimCities. Okay. So what is the argument here? I missed it because I was working on
I'm
the
going
list.
F-Zero. F-Zero.
F-Zero.
Zero.
Over what?
Yeah. Turtle time.
Turtles in Time.
No, I'm sticking with Turtles. I'm sticking with Turtles. I have to.
5 out of
Look,
6.
look.
I get why, but it's just I have more nostalgia towards F-Zero.
But also,
I love it,
F-Zero,
yeah.
F-Zero was on
Yeah.
the list before we took it out.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
I
It wasn't
wrote
on
F-Zero.
anybody's.
It was
Okay,
10.
hold
It
on.
was on the list.
F-Zero was brought up. F-Zero was not even brought up on anybody's list. It was not on anybody's list. Turtles in Time was on 3 people's list. F-Zero was brought up only because I mentioned it in this conversation the same way Sad and I mentioned it, and to bring back to put zombies on the neighbor. It was F-Zero was not on anyone's list.
It was.
Mikey,
It was on my list.
I brought it up when we
Yes.
first started.
You had it
And-
on your list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
2
on
people
my
had
list
on their
too.
list.
Two, all
Started
right,
at
well,
zero.
okay, wait a second. 2 people had it on their list. 2, but Turtles in Time had 3 people on the list. How does that work? How does
voted.
F-Zero get trumped and move
Because
up when 3 people had Turtles in Time?
I had Turtles in Time as well. That's why I had F-Zero and Turtles in Time.
Okay, so Zelda sold 4.6 million units. Chrono Trigger sold 5 million units.
That's
Wow.
actually
Yeah, they both deserve to be the number 1 spot. Bottom line.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're not even gonna
I
argue
just
that anymore.
think
I can
that,
agree with that.
okay, F-Zero was brought up by 2 people. That's why it got cut and then brought back. Turtles in Time had 3 people on their list and was never cut. That's why I'm fighting for Turtles more than I'm fighting for F-Zero. Turtles in Time, 3 people had it on their list. F-Zero only had 2 people on their list, and they got cut. Turtles in Time never got cut until we started creating the list. Okay, and look, I didn't have F-Zero on my list. 2 people had it on their list. 3 people had Turtles in Time on their list. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I had both, so I'm the oddball here. Right?
Did you have it? You had it on your list. Who else had it on their list?
I had both on my list.
Right, you had both of them on your list. Okay. But who had Turtles originally on their list? 3.
Right here.
1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
You didn't have
And it was
F-Zero
me-
on your
it was
list,
me and
Galvez,
Fumbles-
right?
It was me and Fumbles who had
No, I
F-Zero.
didn't have
Yeah,
F-Zero.
we
I
had
did vote
F-Zero.
for it later on after we did our initial 10 and you started bringing them back. That's whenever F-Zero got brought to light.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
I
F-Zero got-
wasn't the one who brought it back. I brought back zombies.
Yeah, and then F-Zero got added, and then we took F-Zero off, and then we
Right.
put another game instead.
But we never
of F-Zero.
took Turtles off. That's my point. We never
did.
took Turtles off because Turtles had 3 votes. Okay, and also who had Contra 3 on their list? 1 and 2, right? And that was another one. And then I didn't make a decision, so I mean I could fight for Contra 3 right now over F-Zero too.
How about this? Since we have since we have 2 in the number 1 slot, how about we tie up F-Zero and Turtles for the 10?
No,
Don't
because
do that.
I just don't think that then it would be a true
Right.
list. I don't think it would be a true list. As much as that sounded great, then we could just say, hey, why don't we just put Contra 3 and Diddy Kong 2 on there? I
mean, we don't want to be excessive because then we have to do a whole nother list of what can counter with that spot.
Turtles gets an honorable mention then.
Chat, what does chat think? Turtles or F-Zero, chat? I think that's what. I mean, I would even throw Contra 3 in the fucking mix.
No,
if you're gonna throw Contra 3,
or Turtles, we have
I'll put Contra
Turtles,
3
F-Zero. Okay, who else?
2 for
Turtles.
1 for F-Zero.
Turtles.
It's so hard for me between F-Zero and Contra 3 because they were 2 of the first games I ever owned on the SNES.
Hold on, I'm looking at a chat. We got 1 for F-Zero, 3 for Turtles. Anybody else?
4 for Turtles.
4 for Turtles?
4. Yeah, 4 for Turtles, 1 for
Right,
F-Zero.
Drunk said Turtles too. 4 for
Yep.
turtles. So we have 4 for turtles in chat.
Alright.
I'm okay
All
with
right.
turtles.
Turtles
I'm good
is
with it.
fine.
Turtles. Okay, so turtles will
Turtles
be
is
number
number
10.
10.
F-Zero will get the honorable mention. Okay.
Turtle,
alright.
5 for turtles.
fine.
I'll cave.
We all have to cave in this one.
All right,
Yeah,
so we
I
get
got
turtles.
Okay, so
Because
Yeah.
is that what?
F-Zero
Okay,
gets an honorable mention.
Well, if
You
you're
get
gonna
you
speak
feel
honorable
pretty
we'll
now,
give
Mikey.
F-Zero
You
an
feel
honorable
pretty.
if
Is
we're gonna
that?
do honorable,
Hey, look, my FF2 is still in the bottom next to the fucking Killer Instinct. Okay, that's all that's look. You beat my fucking game, which
Well,
I
maybe
don't
if
think
you
so.
dressed up as
I think
Cecil,
Mega Man
we
X
would have
should
this
still.
conversation.
I still think Mega Man X should still be below FF2. But hey, what do I know?
Hey, put on a paladin costume. We could have gone toe to toe, but I guess I
Listen, I don't need a paladin costume. You
It's
need to
called
dress. You need to dress up to
motherfucker.
prove your argument. I don't have to
man,
dress
yeah.
up. I don't have to do cosplay.
Oh, instead you just do arguing with everybody.
All right, hold on.
Hey.
Hold on. Okay. So the final list before we say good night and fucking farewell, because we've been on for about 3 hours now. And we definitely had major discussions about this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At the bottom of the list, unless we need to change it for any reason. Okay.
No changing.
Teenage Mutant
no
Ninja
changing it.
Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Killer Instinct. Final Fantasy 2. Mega Man X. Street Fighter 2. Castlevania 4. Super Mario World. Final Fantasy 3. Super Metroid, and taking the number 1 spot. Sharing the number 1 spot. Chrono Trigger and Link to the Past.
And the honorable mention is F-Zero.
An honorable mention is F-Zero.
All right, I'm good with it.
And also,
Yep, I'm happy.
Debbie, I apologize
I'm
for
good
all
with
the
it.
filthy language you've heard today.
All right, so there we go. Chrono Trigger and Link to the Past are sharing the number 1 spot. Super Metroid is at number 2. Final Fantasy 3 is at number 3. Okay. Ironic, yeah, very ironic. See, Final Fantasy 2 is not number 2. I'm just saying, it should have been. Super Mario World, Castlevania 4, Street Fighter 2 again, Mega Man X, FF2, Killer Instinct, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Well,
Chat, what do you guys think? You guys are fine with that? An honorable mention, F-Zero.
Yep.
Okay.
Lexi's screaming no Zelda. I can't like, we get it. You don't like Zelda. You know, like absolutely not fine with that, Eric. Okay, but you just said you had no input because you didn't really play Super Nintendo. Didn't you say that earlier?
We're not gonna get a definitive
Listen,
answer
guys,
for number 1.
like everything, these lists are subjective. So
Eric just wants Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, you know what? I am kind of surprised Donkey Kong Country didn't make the list, but I think this is a really more powerful list than I've seen as far as like actual lists out on the YouTube, which we're not going to mention who it was. I can't even remember the guy's name.
I'm going to say this to everybody that's arguing. Look, we've got 6 very passionate people arguing for different franchises, different games. We're trying our best here, but you know what? Some things win out over others.
You think Super Mario World should be higher number 3? Yeah, I could see people making the argument for Super Mario World being 3, but I'm also going to make the argument that Fumbles made a pretty good argument earlier about Super Mario World 3. It's just generically, you know, it came with the system. It's going to be on everybody's list, okay? It's going to be on everybody's list because it's a Nintendo game. It's a Mario game. Yeah, absolutely. But it's going to be on the list. I personally would have fucking cut it to put something else in there, but I don't think anybody here is going to cut a Mario game that on a Super NES list, to put room for what game? ActRaiser?
Alien Wars. I'll cut Mario to put Alien Wars.
Yeah, you would cut Mario for Alien Wars. Yeah, I know that.
I think it's right where it should be.
I think F-Zero and Alien Wars are absolutely fantastic games, bangers. Yeah. You know, I do think F-Zero deserves to be an honorable mention. Okay, F-Zero, Alien Wars is a very close. I mean, like, seriously, Zombie Ate My Neighbors, Alien Wars, both very close. I don't think Diddy Kong 2 even had a chance to be on this list. I don't
So,
and stuff
No.
like that. I think Zombies had a really good chance to be on this list. You know, I mean, it would definitely go in my top 15. I think Alien Wars would definitely go in my top 15. I mean, we had very, very strong. Even I would even put Kirby on Superstars on my top 15.
I was gonna say I could make an argument for both Kirby and Earthbound personally, but
Yeah,
I would say
Earthbound
Kirby
would have
Dream
made.
Course would even belong on a top 15.
no,
yeah,
Oh,
I like
I
that
think
game.
Superstars
I
is
actually
better.
like it.
I think it's fun, but the two main series Kirby games are better. Kirby's
I
Dream
don't like
Land
Kirby
3.
3.
Wow,
Kirby's Dream Land
check
3
that
is
out.
criminally
Mad Vampire
underrated.
says
It's because it's
because
slow.
Mario wasn't that great. It
Compared to the
did
Kirby
improve the
games,
series,
Kirby 3 is slow.
but it still was the
It's
same
not.
old game. Earthbound and Secret of
Dang it.
Mana. I mean, look. I mean, technically, we could do a bunch of different lists, right?
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
we have a lot. I mean, as far as RPGs go, we could do a top 10 RPG list. We could do you know. Obviously, I would love to do more of these and stuff, but I think you know, we spent a lot of time creating this list. I think we have a
Yeah.
very
I'm happy with
powerful
it.
list.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'm
with
good with it.
honorable mentions. I think, like I said, I think F-Zero definitely deserves to be an honorable mention. I definitely do believe Zombies Ate My Neighbors deserves to be honorably mentioned. I do believe a Contra deserves to be an honorable mention because I think those were the three that were really tough to get on the list.
Yes.
I mean, it was tough. It was tough. I mean, I think we created a very strong list, and I don't think anyone's going to argue that any of these games don't deserve to be on the list.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
I can't look at this list and go, oh yeah, that game sucked. I can't look at that. Every
I can't
game
do
on
that
this
either.
list is a banger. Every game on this list is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, we know you don't like Lexi. We know you don't like Zelda. We get it. We get it. Go
Lexi
play
doesn't
God
like
of War,
Zelda?
okay? When we do
Lexi loves
PlayStation,
Zelda,
when we do
Lexi.
PlayStation, when we do
She's a
PlayStation, you can say you can fight tooth and nail for God of War, okay? Okay. Yes.
Thomas said he wanted to do a PS1 list in the future. I want to see a PS2 list myself.
Okay. So
Not in place of that. I mean, in the future. Also,
okay. So
Oh, no, I'm down for a PS2
for the
list, 'cause
next
that's my
for the
second favorite
next
game since of all time.
right?
for the next we will be doing more of these roundtables. These are long sessions, obviously. Okay. So
Yeah.
I have interviewed Fumbles. I have interviewed Saturnine, and I interviewed Galvis on the Retro and Real podcast. Sebi, you are in the Discord. I can invite you on the Discord if you would love to be a guest. Okay, I would love to have you on a one-on-one. You know, as a guest. It's an hour show, not 3 hours. We can always go extend, but I can send you the information. I'll hit you up on Discord after this. Sabi, you know what we need to get done, buddy. You are in the Discord. I would love to get you on a one-on-one conversation. If you guys haven't been to the Retro and Real podcast, it's on Spotify. It's on Amazon through Amazon Music, so you can listen to it on Spotify. You can watch the show and watch the shows on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. So you guys can watch the shows there. You can watch them on Spotify. If you do, please comment, like it. It does help the algorithm. Okay. Yes, there's no Donkey Kong Country, Eric. We said that there's no Donkey Kong Country.
Hey, you ain't letting that go.
Look. I will say this, okay? Because okay, I'm a big Donkey Kong fan. Okay, big Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was the game that got me into video games. Donkey Kong, the OG. Okay, but Donkey Kong Country. Sorry, it's not the same. It's not. If we was doing arcade game best 10 arcade games of all time, then I put Donkey Kong the original on there. So you know, I mean, but anyway, we're not. Again, these guys have, you know, Saturnine has been on my first show. Fumble's been on my second show. Galvis has been on my fourth show. Okay, so guys, go and check it out. They're on there. What? What did you say? Do I have to mute him?
I said, sorry, Eric, I started playing Let It Go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Fumbles. Okay, we'll start where I see it on my screen here. So everybody, Fumbles, what top 10 list would you like to do next?
I heard about the PS1, but the PS2 I feel like it would be a lot more interesting since the PS2 is like definitely a fan favorite.
18,000 games. What I mean, how many games are there? 18 million. All right, so PS2. Fumble says PS2.
Yeah.
Fumble says PS2. Saturday, what would you like to see?
So I would actually like to see an N64 list.
Mm.
Don't count. All right, you know what? I'll stay out of that one, and you guys can fight. No. I'll stay out. You know what? You can host it. I'll let you. I'll just moderate because I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know what? Fine. We can do an N64 list. Fine. Tama, what would you like to see next, dude?
Well, I gotta go PS1, and then like next would be PS2.
Yeah, I can work
I'm
with that.
so with Fumbles here that I would love to actually do a PS2, and even Gal too. Even he brought up PS2. I'd be down to do a PS2 list, but first the PS1.
Yeah, Sabby, what do you like? What do you got?
For me, I'm like torn between Genesis or Dreamcast.
Oh, Genesis is gonna be.
If we do Genesis,
yeah, Dreamcast wouldn't be that big of a list.
No,
it'd be a top 5.
Just name
you are evil.
There's way too many.
You are evil, dude.
I love my Dreamcast, but I mean, there's not as many games on it as on the Genesis. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. What about Gavich, what do you want to see? What top 10 list would you like to see next?
Who did you just ask?
You.
Oh, I didn't hear. I honestly would love to see a PS2 list.
Right. Okay. So wait a second. PS1, PS2. We got 2 votes. PS1. Sebby, what did you say?
Genesis.
Like
okay, N64.
I'll go PS2. I'll go PS2 list. I'm down for that.
I just think a PS2 list, like we would most likely have this big of a debate as we had for Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
PS1, I think you would agree way too much.
I think you know what it is. I think that there's here's where I think a PS1 list or an N64 list or a Genesis list, okay, or even a GameCube list would be easier as far as a PS2 list, because I think there are so wide range of where I think a lot of us would be picking obscure games that none of us played, and we would be trying to figure out. I never played that. Because I mean, when we do guess the video game, and 90% of the time when we're picking PS2 games, dude, I never played that. It's like, what? You never played that? And that's my fear with PlayStation 2. Not to say that we can't do a PlayStation 2. I think that because of how large of a library the PS2 has, it's going to be hard to narrow it down to just 10. I think if we're going to do, and stuff like that, I think it's really, really hard to just pick, get the 10 from 1,800 games, I think. That people are like, oh, you never played that? Dude, how do you never play that? Dude, you got to play that. You know what I mean? That's the only concern I have. I think it's very doable for sure.
I'm down with the PS1, but I think there's going to be 2 things that are going to happen automatically. Number one, we're all going to unanimously agree that, Symphony of the Night's going to be in the top 3. And number 2, we're all going to hear a 30-minute rant on how much Mikey doesn't love Final Fantasy VII and it's overrated.
This is
I
true.
wouldn't even include it in my top 10.
I don't even include it in mine.
Yeah, well, there you go. I don't even have to talk about it. They didn't even include it.
I think it's overrated. I think it's probably the most overrated game ever made. But
I choose Final Fantasy 8 over 7 any day.
No,
anyways.
Final Fantasy 7. Castlevania is amazing.
No, Final Fantasy is amazing.
Okay, because I didn't say
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I choose Final Fantasy 8 over 7.
Of course,
no,
we're on the same
agree
page.
with
I'll
that.
just
Agree with that.
But we all but let's be honest, we all knew Chrono Trigger. Like Kama fucking told me before we even started. Dude, we all know Chrono Trigger and Link to the Past is going to be on the fucking list. And guess what? Chrono Trigger and he did say that. What? Derek, yes, Final Fantasy VII is overrated.
All
What
right.
I mean, like,
Saturn's got to head out.
God,
Yeah, I
everybody's
gotta
gonna
head
head
out.
out.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank everybody. Before you guys go, take a minute to plug yourself. Saturnine, you can go first. Please tell
Okay.
everybody where they can find you. And again, thank you for joining.
Of course. Yeah, I'm so honored to have been a part of this. I am Saturnine Gaming on YouTube, on TikTok, on like Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky. So and I'll be having a Twitch eventually. So
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for joining us, guys. Make sure you go follow Saturnine. And don't forget to, if you are following her on TikTok, to catch the latest episode of What Game Wednesday every Wednesday. She does that with her son. Great series. Episode 100 is almost on its way. The
yeah,
last
we'll be
episode
doing
was
94 this week. So
94, episode 94. So 94 episodes of What
Yep.
Game Wednesday. Make sure you catch that. It's a great series that she does with her son.
thank you.
Try
Thank
to guess the game every Wednesday. I look forward to it. Thank you, Saturnine, joining us.
Yep.
You know, have a good one,
Bye,
and happy
guys.
Mother's Day.
Later, Saturn.
Oh,
Happy
thank you
Mother's
so
Day.
much.
Happy Mother's
Thank
Day.
you.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Fumbles, please let us know where people can find you, and feel free to plug yourself.
So my name is Fumble the Retro Hunter. You can find me on TikTok as Fumble the Retro Hunter, YouTube as Fumble the Retro Hunter, and on Instagram as Fumble the Retro Hunter. If you want to see my other hobbies, I have another channel called Rat Bastard Airsoft that actually goes into my other hobby, but mainly for retro gaming is those two. And right now I just got back into streaming, and I'm streaming every Sunday. We do a Batman Sunday where I play any Batman game up to the Arkham series. Right now we're playing Vengeance. Soon Vengeance is done, we're getting into the Arkham series.
Nice. Fumbles, thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. This was very interesting, especially for someone who had a very unique list of games, and I would love to, uh, know your list. Okay, guys, please share your lists on with me, and we can, show what we, our personal lists and whatnot. So this way people know as well. So I know your list was very unique. A lot of different games that we probably didn't play as well. So I would love to hear your send me your list. I would love to check them out. Thank you, Fumbles, for joining us and stuff. Have a good one. You if you like, you can bounce. I know it's getting late here. Galvis, go ahead. Tell them where they can find you.
I'm Galvus on I'm on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I'm back on what is that thing called? Twitch. Like I am everywhere. I'm including your grandma's VHS recording of her, spring prom. Like everywhere. And you'll also catch me hanging out with Mikey on weekday mornings for Heroes Charge, where this is as crazy as it gets.
And that's at what I forget. What time did we start that? 10:30 Eastern, Galvis?
Yeah, 10:30 Eastern.
10:30 Eastern, guys. Myself and Galvis on TikTok only on TikTok. So if you follow us on TikTok, we do a morning talk. You guys, everybody's welcome to join in on that and join in the conversation, stuff like that. So yeah, thank you, Galvis, again for joining, dude. I will speak to you soon, as we usually do. I'm sure we'll Monday you said you're not able. Monday we're not doing it.
Yeah, Monday I have a doctor's appointment, so we'll be back on Tuesday.
So we'll be back on Tuesday. Galvis, thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating in this.
Thanks for having me.
This was a lot of fun. Thank you, buddy. I will talk to you on Tuesday. Comma, please plug yourself in. Guys, please make sure you guys follow this guy, okay? Please make sure you follow Comma. It was his suggestion, again, to talk about the SNES, and my God, did we talk about the SNES today?
Oh yeah. So I am Kamikaze. You can find me on TikTok, _Kazi2. You can find me on X, which is Real Kamikaze. You can find me on Instagram, which I never use, so yeah, whatever. Instagram is I'm Kamikaze, or you can find me actually on Grimm's Toy Show, which is a YouTube show.
What
Silly
show is
Super
that? Say
Pop.
again. Missed that. I'm sorry. Can you
Grimm's
repeat
Toy
that?
Show.
Which show? I'm sorry. I didn't hear it again. I'm sorry.
It's Grimm's Toy Show, which you can
Grimm's Toy
find me there
Show.
occasionally. Yeah, find me there occasionally, actually doing pro wrestling. So,
Oh, nice.
what's the name? Come check me out. You know, I'm a pretty approachable person, I guess. Maybe I don't know. Or you can just find me. You can find me on TikTok, which is, like I said, it's underscore Kazi too.
Awesome, man. Thank you again for participating in this. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I will definitely keep in touch with you to get you on a future episode of Retro and Real, where we discuss retro games and real life situations, which I'm sure you would be an amazing guest. I'm sure you have a lot of stories, especially about your wrestling that, so I think that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you, dude, for joining us, and thank you for bringing this to my attention. And I had a blast with this, and I would definitely have you on another future episode. During the a roundtable discussion. Thank you, dude, for joining. Guys, make sure you go follow Kamikaze. And there was one.
And there was one.
And right, so Sebby G, please plug yourself and tell people where
you
they
guys
can
can find me on at SebbyG13 on pretty much every platform, except for Instagram, where it's SebbyG13_TTV, because someone else took it. But besides that, you can catch me doing my speed runs here on TikTok.
Awesome, man. And appreciate you jumping in at the last minute. Yep. Sebby G was a substitution, and he offered to jump in the conversation, and I totally appreciate that. I will definitely keep in touch with you. One of the people that I've met the longest out of this group is Sebby. We've known each other since the Mixer days, and has become truly another amazing friend, and again, stepping in for last minute to be a part of this. I appreciate you, and I will definitely be in touch with you for a future show. So we'll get him on a future show on Retro and Real as well. Thank you, Sebby, again for joining us. I had a blast, dude. And I will keep in touch with you for a future show. And then there's me. Then there's one. Guys, thank you all for being here. We had a lot of fun with this. We had a lot of feedback from chat. We had a lot of discussion. I know that some of your games did not make the list. I understand that. I understand that some of your games did not make the list. And people are going to be like, why didn't that make the list? You're going to have to go back and watch the show. And it's a long show. It's over a 3-hour show, 2-hour show. Okay, what do we got? Well, 2.5 hours almost here. So you're gonna have to go back and watch the show. See what you guys missed. Actually, we've been on live for over 3 hours. So if your game didn't make the list, not like we probably didn't discuss it. Believe me, we discussed a bunch of games. Honorable mentions again, we're at 0. Honorable, we talked about Contra 3. Talked about Diddy Kong 2. We talked about, we talked about Kirby. We talked about Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Talked a huge amount of games. A huge amount of games. We narrowed it down to actually 11 games because Chrono Trigger and Link to the Past was so neck and neck that they have to take the number one. And if you're going to recommend any game on the Super Nintendo, it's going to be Chrono Trigger and Link to the Past. So we did talk a lot about games. I know it might not be the list or order that you guys feel that should be. We love to hear the feedback. And when this show is completed, you guys can go and leave your comments. I will be posting the list, and you guys can give your feedback. We will be doing future shows where we'll be doing another top 10 list. I would like to do a future show of tier lists, a ranking list. I think that would be super interesting to do a tier list. And again, these are all opinion based, guys. These are all opinion based. Gaming is subjective. It might not be your top 10 list. We have decided that this is our top 10 list, and having 6 people come together to agree, as you can see, is very difficult. But we did it. And that's our list, and we will be posting it on YouTube and so forth, on the TikTok and everywhere else, guys. So thank you all for being here. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Guys, have a great weekend. Make sure you guys can check me out on TikTok at Mikey Loves Retro. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mikey Loves Retro. On Twitter, X, Mikey Loves Retro. I'm on Blue Sky, Mikey Loves Retro. On YouTube, I am Mikey Loves Retro. I'm Mikey Loves Retro everywhere, guys. Thank you for being here and spending your Saturday afternoon with me. I had a blast. This was a pleasure. Hope to see more of you guys on future episodes. We will announce who will be our next guest. As of right now, I haven't set up any guests for future episodes. Also, please let me know, who would you like to see on the Retro and Real? If you haven't checked out any of the episodes, again, they're available on Spotify, YouTube. They're on Kick and Twitch. All the episodes, you could go back and watch the VODs. If you missed anything today, please go back and watch. And guys, thank you again for being here. Have a great weekend and happy Mother's Day to everyone. So long, bye-bye, and take care and happy gaming.